Welcome to the Action Sturge. Tonight we're going to be playing Masks: The New Generation. And with that, it's been a great week so far, so
it's way down.
I don't want to talk about it.
Hopefully tonight we will okay. We haven't had any problems this week though.
No, but it was way lower.
Tuesdays we play Dungeon World, Wednesdays we play Curse of Strahd, and then Thursdays we play Masks: New Generation. And give a little shout out to some of our favorite channels, which are linked on our Twitch page in our description. Oh my goodness. You think I would have the list memorized by now?
You just don't want to forget it anymore.
Exactly. Indigo Chameleon, Icky V29, Deus Ex Metagame, Twisted Stranger, The Plastic Dragon, Chugga Chew, Legends of Evantris, Tabletop Notch, and Die Hack Studio. So check those guys out. They're all super cool, and they all do D&D kind of stuff. So.
How do you spell the second to last one?
Which one? Tabletop Notch? Or Legends of Evantris?
Kiefer.
Alright.
It's too tiny.
I don't know. I feel like we're crossing over into the red a lot.
That's just me.
It must have got bumped. It was like almost all the way down.
Alright.
I can turn it down.
It's me.
Let me test it.
I'm sorry.
That's where it's been fast.
I'll test it.
Just Nick's freaking laugh.
So,
I don't laugh like that.
So last time we played Masks was even before Thanksgiving, so it's been a couple weeks. And
Red Wing was in jail?
Red Wing has been captured by Aegis and is in their maximum security prison. After a stunning display of recklessness, the new era, as your superhero team is called, is sort of on the fringe with the media and with the public. They think that you're kind of reckless, or actually they think you're very reckless and dangerous criminals, and you are currently fugitives from Aegis. And of course, your guys' Twitter feeds are just blowing up with hate. The one light in all that darkness is Mason, who, unbeknownst to you guys, is Xerox's friend, and who is rising up to defend you guys.
You guys keep breaking this fan.
So, I think that about covers it. And last time we left Red Wing off, he had turned his back for a moment. When he turned back around, there was a device left for him on his bed.
Which was
Wasn't like a Swiss Army knife or
It's
something?
kind of like a Swiss Army knife, yeah, but it was actually your masters.
Yeah.
Or not masters. Your mentors.
Oh.
we haven't met my master yet. Totally.
So,
What the name?
let's go ahead and the first scene we'll have is everybody at the base together except for Red Wing. And I want just one broad panel across the page, but each of you are doing something.
Carbine's with us though, correct? Because she was there saying we need to break him out.
Wait,
Carbine swooped in and said,
we're starting off with a question or no question today? Are we introducing?
No question.
Yes.
No question today. We're just jumping right into it.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So so this big panel. Each of you is in the panel. Each of you is doing something at the base.
Should do my roll.
What are you doing? You can start off with Xerox if you like. Oh.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
I'm checking. I'm just going through the blog, seeing if there's an update.
And I missed. Oh, that's right. I do need a pencil.
Alright, yep. So we see Xerox on our phone, sitting down. With a thrash.
Trying to practice and control my powers. Like screwing anything up.
Okay. Your powers have been very unstable.
Yeah. So I'm trying to work on it to keep them like stable.
Okay.
Stable as I can get them.
I guess I feel like I always start off by trying to recall, maybe like I don't know, through like sleep or just trying to think really hard about it, or have a flashback for my memory rolls. Unfortunately, I missed, and it's a thing where you choose who it is, and that they are not who. What is it?
Not who you would have expected.
Yeah, they're not at all who you thought they would be, and you choose their role. And I have 2 more. I have a builder and a corruptor.
All right.
But we can do that later.
Yeah. Let's do it later. Let's do it as we explore.
What are you up to?
Yeah. So what's Frozen doing at the base?
Probably listen
what's
to
up,
music, making snowballs. Just pile them next to me.
Okay. And Infinity.
I don't know, maybe I just feel anxious and kind of like fiddling with my sword, keeping like not a close eye on Carbine, but at least being like knowing her tendencies to escape and have random fits of anger.
Mhm.
Just kind of stay near her and see what she has to offer regarding breaking Red Wing out.
Okay. Yeah. She's actually on Red Wing's computer.
So I'm like right there, like snooping behind her, like peek over her shoulder,
Yeah.
peek over her other shoulder.
Yeah. And she basically she has this device that she has hooked onto the computer. It's allowing her to do things that you think she probably wouldn't normally be able to do.
It's a lot faster than our normal computer.
And she starts breaking down like Aegis's like security protocols within the prison, and like how many guards they have on rotating shifts, like what the general layout is. The outside contains the outside has a like an anti-power field, essentially. And so all powers are pretty much rendered neutralized within the base.
Okay. And is she doing something to like turn it off, or is she just observing what's going on currently in that base?
She doesn't like have like a live feed or anything. She can't really observe anything. But she says that in order to break in, we're gonna have to do it normally.
Without our powers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And how do you suggest we go about doing that?
Lockpicks.
She says,
Bombs.
yeah, no, she's gonna say through the art of disguise.
Put some
How are
mustache
you
on.
gonna, how are you gonna disguise? Something as big as me.
Yeah, right, Thrash. Thrash, you can be a boulder outside.
We'll get to that in just a minute. Red Wing over here.
Voice crack.
Your voice crack.
Anyway,
Anyway,
you are out of your room.
What?
You are in a hallway, a long corridor, completely white walls. There are many doors on this corridor, and each of them have this little panel on them, but no other real features.
I'm just gonna go to the very next one and look into the panel.
You look in and you just see like pitch black, like pitch darkness.
Anyone in here? It's like quiet as possible. Anyone in here?
Something's going to move past the door, and then this big eye will fill the
Oh.
window.
Never
blink.
mind.
Gross.
Do I know who that is?
Do you know a giant eye?
You have a thing that lets you know?
No, I didn't pick the one that lets me do this.
Alright then. Yeah, you don't know.
I'm just gonna move to the next one.
Are you going to look in every single window?
Just the next one.
Okay.
He just stops and looks.
So while you're doing that, somebody turns the corner, and it's and you look over, and it's two guys with like full like riot gear on. And they have the Aegis like logo on their vests, and they have these like helmets on with the visors down. And they turn around, they come around the corner, or they're coming around the corner. And at the corner of you're like going to look into the window, and at the corner of your eye you can see them and hear them. What do you do?
Am I still in the one where it had the big eye, or am I at the next one?
The next one.
Okay. I'm gonna open it and hop in to the cell.
Oh, you're gonna open it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh my God.
I might regret this.
You don't know what's in there.
You roll freak.
Oh shit. 6.
That's a fail, isn't it? So you're fumbling with your mentor's device, and you're trying to open up the door. But it seems like the encryption the encryption override that unlocked your door. The encryption is different on this door, and so the same override doesn't work, and your little device just tells you so. At this point, they've come around the corner and they've seen you. They kind of like stop in their tracks, and they're like, "Hey!" And they're gonna start running towards you. And they draw out these like little. They look like little handles, but then when they draw them out, this like electrical like baton forms, and they start running after you.
Run.
Part of me thinks I should fight them because my runs are just gonna be
We're
more.
gonna fight them if we ain't got nothing.
My impossible fighting skills.
You got an army knife. See what that thing does.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, good. You got an army knife.
As well.
You're the bad conscience, aren't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. You got, like,
See the,
your little
you
devil
kill
on your
or
shoulder.
You be killed.
I want to directly engage and try to like knock them out and steal their gear, kind of.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
And then you can throw their body into your cell,
Yep.
if it works.
Damn it! Nope.
Throw him to the one-eyed monster.
Well, I got a max potential.
What did you roll?
I got 6 again.
Oh, my God.
You're not a
Remy,
cameraman.
you
You're
gotta
not trained.
be-
You're not trained.
You can pretend to be. It's okay. I believe in you.
Okay. Well, yeah. So you can level up immediately.
Yep.
So you run forward to try to like punch them, and then the next thing we see is just this like whack and this bzzz. Dude.
Remy, you're a horrible
And,
assistant.
And then it just goes black. Meanwhile, back at the base.
So what are we gonna do about Red Wing?
Art of disguise, supposedly, and I wait for her to explain what she means by that. Does she mean like...
She says we're gonna have to infiltrate as agents. But in order to do that, we're gonna have to get a clearance.
What do you expect to do with me?
She says I have just the idea.
Oh, you're gonna be
Let's
returning
see.
you in.
And
What
now I have
happens?
that idea.
Oh my God, you're gonna turn me in.
She says, kind of. And she's going to pull up a she's gonna pull up a schematic of it looks like a flying saucer of some sort. It looks like an alien kind of spaceship. And she says this crashed in Halcyon City last week and has only just been uncovered. There's an Aegis team of scientists who've been sent to collect it and then travel with it back to the lab.
Should we take them out and steal their stuff?
And she says it won't work for long, but it might work long enough for us to get in the door. And then she points to the craft and she says, "That's your disguise."
I'm gonna be in it. Alright, cool.
It could work.
Couldn't get Remy hairs off?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, my jacket still has them.
You look like under my legs.
Rub, rub, rub.
Looks like we have no other choice.
Let's do it.
All right. And so the on the next panel, we see this UFO. It's sticking it like out of a pile of rubble, and there's this hasty fence has been built around the containment area, and there's Aegis guys with guns standing around the perimeter, and there's a just beyond the fence we can see that there's a like a crane like loading onto a large like Aegis like hovercraft, and it's looks like they're trying to load the vehicle onto the hovercraft. You guys are outside of the fence on a rooftop above, looking down below.
So what's the plan? Gotta hope they don't call for backup.
She says the plan is for you to get in there, get clearance, you get in the ship, and then walk that bad boy right into the Aegis headquarters.
Wait, you want me to walk the ship in there?
No, I want you to be in the ship, she says.
Yeah, I know that much. Where are you guys gonna be?
She says, I already have clearance.
Yeah. What about the rest of them?
Rest of who?
The team.
Huh?
Or was it just us two?
Well, then she points out that there's three scientists, and actually there's four. There's four scientists, and they just looking at them, they each kind of have like a weird like an odd feature that you have. Like if your hair is blue, like one of them has like maybe like a blue streak in her hair or whatever. They each have like a distinctive quality of you, and
So we should take the scientists out first.
she says yes, but don't kill them. And she looks at you,
Don't look at me, I ain't there.
and she's with that look, she's gonna try to raise your danger and decrease your mundane. Oh, your mundane can't be decreased.
Yeah, my mundane can't be.
She'll decrease your savior
Increase my saver and reduce.
and
Mundane
increase your danger and decrease your savior.
Alright.
Worked so hard for that.
After having seen your performance last time you were out.
Alright. Cool.
So,
So is there any guards around the scientists?
not around the scientists, but there are around the perimeter.
Alright. So I guess the best thing to do is just take them out quick, knock them out. You got any special tools we can use just to put them to sleep?
She says, "You mean like superpowers? Oh, geez, if only I had superpowers."
I mean like gadgets. I mean gadgets.
She says, "The only gadgets I have are not the kind that you don't kill people with."
Oh. Well,
I was there.
let's kill 'em.
Was there early though.
And then she'll say, "I'll run recon from the roof."
Alright.
She takes a sip of her. She takes a long sip from her drink.
We made a pit stop at McDonald's.
Well, it's a stakeout, technically, so you always need good grub when you're
You need a steak for the stakeout.
So do the scientists have like a focal point in the area that they're working from?
They're like right
Like
below
all their
us.
Make
equipment
rib
set up
season.
in a particular place.
Yeah, they're loading the UFO onto a crane, onto a hoverboard or a hovercraft.
8.
But if you'd like to assess the situation, you may.
Sure.
Jesus.
Superior.
10 plus.
Never so clear.
Okay, and then you get to ask some questions.
The good news
What
is
here is the greatest danger?
The greatest danger.
I don't know something
So
about
you're
everything.
so you're looking you're kind of looking from all the dangers. You're looking at the guns, and then you're looking at the you're taking into consideration the fact that like you might get caught, and then it'll blow the cover, and then you won't be able to get to the building. You're also looking at the fact that there's a driver of the hovercraft as well.
Nice. Okay. 3? 3 questions.
I think so.
How could we?
Is that what it says?
10 plus 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
How could we best end this quickly?
You think that if you were to simultaneously, well, so there's a couple steps to this. Getting over, getting past the perimeter, because there are armed guards outside, and then you look to the to the UFO itself, and you think that perhaps if you were to make it look like the UFO came back online and abducted the scientists, that would kind of be within like an everyday kind of thing, and buy you enough time to take them to fly over to Aegis and gain entrance with their clearance.
Okay.
So we should probably put them on the ship.
What is up, Robin?
UFO.
So, Robin,
I believe.
What here can I use to gain entrance to the ship?
One of the scientists is fiddling with some kind of contraption. It looks quite complex. It looks like quite a complex piece of technology. But you're eyeing that, and they're trying to figure it out. And you're looking at that, and then you look over at Thrash, and you look back at that, and you think maybe a technopath might be able to activate it.
Okay.
it's like keys for you.
So
It's making my head.
Okay, so what's the plan? I'm confused. Is it? It's
We gotta-
not our spacecraft, correct? It's theirs.
Yeah.
It's not even
well,
theirs.
it's
No.
the
It's just.
aliens, I guess, but
It's a crash UFO.
A crashed UFO.
But they're taking it back to the agents. But if we like take out the scientists and you guys disguise as them, we can get it and gain access. Into the
Okay,
agency.
okay. And it's this crashed UFO is within the perimeter.
yes.
Oh, damn.
So we're gonna take out the scientists and then pretty much just walk. Y'all gotta walk up to the UFO and take it. Pretty much, you guys should be able to just walk in it.
I think so.
Well, while you guys are pondering on that,
It's like a Hitman game.
check back in on Red Wing.
Rubbing the taser mark on my neck.
Yeah, I'm gonna see you being thrown back into your cell, and the guy with the horn-rimmed glasses comes in, and he says, rejecting my offer is one thing, but trying to escape from the Aegis facility, I really didn't think you were that dumb.
I didn't think I'd get out.
And he holds up the device from your mentor, and he says, And this, just a pile of cheap tricks, my friend. Aegis, the Aegis headquarters has the top of the line security. We are secure against things that don't even exist yet.
Then how'd that get into my cell without you noticing?
And he kind of looks around and he says, "Yes, that is curious. We'll have to run back the.
Why did you say that?
We'll have to run back the security cam footage and see what else you've been up to."
Well, it ain't keystream, that's for sure. As somebody pulls out the gloves in the background. So about that offer.
I'm afraid that offer has expired. Something new has come up, new and interesting.
All right. What's interesting? As he's like shutting the door.
And then the door shuts.
What's interesting? Wink.
And then what do you do?
Look at the bed, see if there's any new toys.
There's not.
I'm just gonna sit on the bed and wait. For the rest of my life.
Start counting. Ceiling cranks.
I'm gonna put one on the wall.
Alright. Back to the rest of the team.
Okay, so
How far are we up?
Doesn't matter.
Like, are we high enough if we, like, jump down and, like, take him out?
We're trying to
Simon
superhero
Tails?
league.
Like, pretty much just jump on.
Well, so there's armed guards on the perimeter, and then the research scientists are like actually behind a fence, like on the site. Yeah.
Okay,
So we should probably take out the guards first.
I have an idea. I'm gonna try and
Mhm.
distract them with my telekinesis.
Okay.
I don't know if there's like any little like rocks or boulders or something I could like move, maybe throw one of the little helmets from like a different direction where we're not. Or have something like really move something really big like away from us. That would be like, wow, like what's going on over there as a distraction. What's my surroundings like other than on top of a roof, obviously?
You name it, it's there.
I don't know what's really crazy to a guard.
Make like a loud
Flying
explosion.
car. How about that?
Throw a snake at him.
Or throw a snake.
I could make it paint the snow pile.
Where the hell that come from? It's the middle of the desert.
Too. As long as I think if we all like make something away from where we are and use them to distract it, they'll all go that way, and that way we can just go in. I don't know if you want to do anything, but I'm gonna like lift up a car, and maybe the panda can lift up the car.
It's just like,
it's like wreaking havoc on this poor car.
You turn around, there's a panda holding a car.
Old Thresh, can you make like little plants move and stuff? Maybe you can make some like dancing plants or something. I don't know.
I'm just picturing these guys just
we don't want to give any.
So
of
the
our
car is flying, and there's a snow panda like beating on
yeah,
it.
just paint on it.
Okay. So is this happening? This is happening in front of the guards, or like?
No, it's happening like if they're here and the UFO is like right over here or something, we're gonna put it like way over here.
Where Maddie's tea is.
So who's taking lead on this?
Adrian.
I will.
Get my dice go there.
Roll provoke,
Provoke.
which I think is superior.
Oh, that's right.
Superior?
Mm-hmm. Provoke.
What's your superior? Oh, I'm not doing better. Okay.
Oh yeah.
We're about to keep
Oh, Dark Monarch, please. There is all the hope of discerning what is going on. I will catch you up. So, this is a superhero team known as the New Era, and they are in a bit of a pickle because their leader has been captured by Aegis, who is kind of like supposed to be the good guys, and they have reason to suspect that they are not as good as they are supposed to be. So he has been captured by them. He's been held in a maximum security prison. The others are trying to take some scientists' credentials and gain clearance to the facility as a way to sneak in and break him out. So right now they are causing a distraction in the street to see if they can lure some guards away. What'd you roll?
8. So it's on a 7 through 9. They can instead choose one. They stumble. You take +1 forward against them. They err. You gain a critical opportunity, or they overreact. You gain influence over them. I'm assuming the critical opportunity is the one. Because it says they can choose.
Yeah, I think I get to choose. So.
And you're gonna be an asshole.
And I'm gonna be awesome. So.
Oh, okay.
So this will be going on, and then so the 2 guards who are like right in front of the door, they're gonna kind of like look down the street, and then one's gonna turn to the other. It looks like they're talking. You can't really hear what they're saying, but they're gonna be talking, and then you're welcome, Dark Monarch. And they're gonna talk, and then both of them are just gonna walk away from the door down to the commotion that's going on the street, like with guns in hand, full riot gear, helmets and everything.
And that's not all the guards, though, is it?
No, it's the 2 in front of the entrance, which is the only portion of the fence that is actually open.
Maybe we could use like my plants or whatever to like bring the scientists to us. Like have them like the roots come up and grab them, and then just like bring them towards us. Do you think that would work?
Do you think that would work?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hopefully.
Well, then go for it.
All right, let's try it. What is it, freak?
Sorry, the dog and cat.
Is it freak or what?
Yeah, that would be freak.
Get her. Go get her.
11.
11. All right. So these vines come out of the ground and shoot straight towards the scientists and like lift them up and begin pulling them towards you.
Yeah, cool.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Well, it already happened. So then the other guards are going to be like, "What the hell's going on?" And the truck driver is going to get out and like, "Whoa, what's going on?" And then they will start firing at your vines.
Are they up to us?
Huh?
Are they up to us?
Yeah, sure. They're up to you. And
all right, grab them. Grab them.
We got no choice.
Grab them and switch them real quick.
yeah, and
then you're gonna make up a story like, "Oh, sorry, we missed the drop something on the ground."
Carmine just like does a full face palm and then like hacks her shit up and says, "Well, let me know how this turns out, okay, Infinity?"
I like how she leaves you in charge.
Huh?
Can I go with you?
And she says, she kind of like looks you up and down and she says,
Regroup.
Are we going back, or are y'all gonna take this?
So now there's laser fire up on the roof towards you. Now that they can see that you're the one who's stealing
they can see me now.
Yes.
That's not good.
So they've gathered at the bottom of the building. They're kind of they're firing up at you. What are you doing about these like blasts that are coming up towards you?
Just trying to use the vines
Ready.
to block them, I guess.
Huh?
Trying to bring the vines to block them, like move them in front of me.
Oh, to block the laser fire? All right.
Yeah.
So,
Not the people in the vines.
Not the vines.
not the people. Wait, what?
I kind of dropped the people, like, I guess on the ground towards us, the scientists.
Oh, you're up on the roof though.
Oh, yeah. Well, weren't they coming towards us, though?
They were coming towards you, but they hadn't hit the ledge of the roof yet. So if you drop them, they will fall and smack.
Okay, then never mind. Yeah, I can do that.
Bye, bitch.
Just set them down gently and abort.
Yeah. We'll just have to regroup.
So yeah, but they're firing at you, so you're going to try to defend in some way.
Yeah.
So directly roll danger, directly engage the threat.
So I'm grabbing
8.
her, and we're flying out of here.
Okay.
After Carbine.
And what?
8.
8. So what are your options for that?
Where's it? Like, so they pick one. Resist or avoid the blows. Take something from them. Create an opportunity for my allies. That puts a surprise. I guess right now I'll just resist or avoid the blows.
Okay, yeah. So so you manage to like harden your skin maybe, and like the laser blast kind of ping 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 like ping off of you. Meanwhile, what have the rest of you done?
I mean, this plan is not going to work.
No.
So.
Can I grab 2 of them and just fly off?
Yeah.
Alright.
2 would you got?
Molly and Scion.
Okay.
Although she could probably handle herself, but I'm taking her and we're just And I'm gonna say, Thrash, come on!
Alright, so I'll start running away. I'll make sure the people go back down safely first.
Okay. And you guys aboard?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To regroup.
Alright. Redwing. Your cell opens. And the man with the horn-rimmed glasses steps in. He says, "Here's your friends. We're trying to infiltrate the Aegis headquarters by stealing security clearance from some scientists."
I'm picture like me doing push-ups, like to keep myself busy, and then I also see the door. Yeah, they tend to do that.
Says, "Well, not very well. They completely botched the operation."
They tend to do that too.
So he says, also, we've discovered something else quite interesting. And he's going to hold up this video display. So he's showing footage from your cell. He says, this was taken about 12 hours before we put you in this cell. Hell, it was before we even captured you. And you see the cell door open, and this female enter, and she places a device on the bed and pushes a button, and it goes invisible. And then she leaves.
Does the female look familiar?
In some way, there's something about her that you feel like you know, like you've seen her before. The way the angle is, and you're having a hard time kind of like recognizing exactly who she is. But she does seem to be very professional. She has, she's got her, she had like a business, like a kind of a business suit, skirt kind of thing going on, and glasses. Her hair's up in like a neat bun.
Okay. Stops doing push-ups. Interesting.
He says, "I thought so too. For a second, I thought perhaps you'd infiltrated Aegis long ago, but obviously, from the look of your face, that was a wrong assumption. Still, the fact that we have a mole in our company is quite concerning. So we may need to subject you to a couple more rounds of interrogation, just to see if we can dig up anything." And then he'll kind of back out of the room, and two of the guys with like the electric sticks will come in, and
Oh my god!
and they'll just start whacking you.
I was really. Can I roll directly engage?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I take that like a mofo. I'm out cold.
We start doing push-ups.
Yeah, take a powerful blow. No, you don't have to. You know.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, the screen goes. You go to fight again. The screen just goes black again. Meanwhile, back to the base.
Alright, we need to find a
Alright, so plan B. You're probably just going to have to stay here.
I mean, I
How
did.
does that make you feel?
I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but that was your only way in, as far as I can tell.
The base hasn't been wiped clean, has it? Our base hasn't been wiped clean or anything, has it?
No.
What does that mean?
Like, is our stuff still there, or
Yeah.
I don't think they know where our base is, do they?
would the badges of authority help them?
No, we totally cut back to the man in the horn and glasses, and he's like, we totally know where your base is. And then they cut back to you.
We should probably move somewhere else.
So our superpowers are useless at their base, at their agency. Am I correct?
Nicole's character's
Yeah.
teleportation got taken away.
Right. So we're gonna have to either pose as someone else, or maybe possibly convince Mason Turner to try and get in.
She says,
Try to pretend to be one of them.
and you say that as Xerox.
I don't think this could work.
Oh,
Well, yeah, he's a popular blogger who's, you know,
well, yeah, that's
I feel
true.
like my parents do drones. I heard
he would be
things.
interested in getting the scoop.
Yeah, like an
on
exclusive
the infamous
interview.
Red Fang.
And he's and
You just call him Red Fang?
so Carbine is going to
Wrong
The
campaign.
infamous Red Fang.
so Carbine is going to she's just kind of like leaning back in Red Wing's chair and like with her arms back behind her head, and she's just like,
My ears are burning.
oh. She says that's not going to work.
Why?
She says now that they know that you were trying to get clearance in, they're going to like triple security to catch you when you do. They're probably watching this place right now to see when you leave, and they're probably going to tail you everywhere you go.
Okay, so then what do you suggest?
She says, well, how much do we really like this Red Wing guy anyway?
We like it.
I'll start making another character.
Maybe you guys can pretend you're joining them, and maybe we just all turn ourselves in.
We could use a legacy right now.
She
Because
says,
all of us working together instead of all of us being separate, at least we might be able to do something.
now that may be the only way left to get in. Although it won't be it won't be under circumstances that will be in your favor.
I just feel like if we're all in there as a team, it'll be better. We might be able to work together again now.
I mean, they're gonna lock you up for sure.
Yeah, they're gonna lock all of you guys up too. We just have to find a way out.
Find a way to connect again.
And you can be our eyes on the outside and do whatever you can for out here.
And she says, really? I get to be a part of the plan?
Why not?
And then she rolls her eyes and starts tapping furiously on Redman's computer.
Bitch.
Do it.
I don't think that'll work.
Okay.
I don't know.
How can I pretend to be on their side?
Join them. Quote unquote.
Yeah. I'm here for tryouts.
She says, now that's something we could probably work with, too.
Good job, you were being sarcastic when you were.
What is it?
The daughter of a villain turning on the heroes?
Oh my god, are we gonna have like a fight? Like, where you'll be like, ha ha, stupids. And we pretend to fight you, like how you
And you just
pretended
freeze
to fight
us
Malice.
and turn
Turning him
Yeah.
into a just
Ice like
organization
this.
that's secretly corrupt?
Ow, ow, ow. Ow!
She says, just try to follow that for a second.
Follow what?
A hero who's pretending to be a villain, betraying her friends and turning them over to a just organization that is secretly corrupt.
My head hurts so much. I'm not even there. Well, wait, I'll figure this out. Does my cell have a bathroom?
It has like a little tube.
It's got an
And
angle.
you just hook the tube up to wherever you're
Why is she so...
eliminating from.
She's going after Nick. Go get him!
The elimination tube.
Oh man, I have no idea.
So
Is there no way to deactivate the whatever device they're using to stifle our powers
She says, yeah, totally.
from
Inside.
From the inside?
From the inside.
Do you know where it's at?
She says, no, unfortunately I don't.
No.
But if anywhere, it's probably in the director's office.
So one of y'all are gonna have to go in.
One of us?
Do you think
Or all of us?
I could use me coming from the future and giving them information about the future could be some good leverage?
She says, she kind of shrugs. She says, I don't know. I don't know what you could possibly know about the future that they probably don't already know.
I know what could stop it from happening.
She says, I mean, you're free to try.
I know, but how confident do you feel that that would work?
She says they'll probably slap you into a cell. But you might be able to get in. Just by going there alone, you'll probably...
Yeah, but we can't get out.
If
Bitch.
we can deactivate.
She says, look, I had a perfect way inside until Monster Boy decided to start George of the Jungling people around, so... you're pretty much on your own from here. I've literally done all I can do.
Well,
Yeah.
just opened my cell door.
No, I don't know. I'm sorry, Red Wing.
New leader tryout.
235. Dude. If I cannot do 300 push-ups, I will do 300 squats.
I mean, I can't risk going in and being unveiled.
They probably already know.
You're not there.
She says they absolutely already know. In fact, I know who you really are. Xerox.
Okay. Well, I would appreciate disclosure. So what do you think there, Infinity?
I have no idea.
And then Carbine will like sit up suddenly, and her eyes will go wide, and she'll pull something up on the screen. It's news feed from like it's helicopter footage, and they're circling the house that sits above the base.
Better be decided quick.
Above our base?
Yes.
And what is the news feed? What are they reporting on?
It says fugitives hideout found, Aegis inbound. And as you see the Aegis inbound thing come up, you can see agents start converging on the house, and they're all armed to the teeth, and they got full riot gear on, and you see them begin to enter the house.
There's no way out now.
There's a way out. It's always been.
Do we know of it?
I hope so. You've been in the base.
If we're compliant, we just have to hope they won't hurt us.
Flashback to me rubbing the taser mark.
Twice.
So actually we'll switch over back to Red Wing, and so you're back in your interrogation room. Yeah, there's this next black, and you've got a black eye and a burn mark, and
Arm in a sling.
the man with the horn-rimmed glasses is sitting there with some hot tea, and he's just kind of teabagging the. And he says, so, Red Wing.
5-year-old on Halo. Doing the psychology.
So Red Wing. Not only do we know where your base is, we know that your friends are there right now, and they'll be along shortly. Unless they choose to resist, in which case, Aegis has full clearance to eliminate them.
And if you take one out, what do you think 2 evil parents will do to a good organization?
He says, we have an understanding with Frozen's parents.
Oh. That probably just pisses you off.
Your back of your ears, bro.
Yeah, I joined my parents' organization.
Parents really was working against you. I'm pretty sure they'll find a way out of this.
And then he's going to pop the girl's picture up on it. It's not from the feed. It's from the it's like a work picture, like one that would be on her ID, on an ID badge.
Yeah.
And so it's gonna pop up, and he's gonna say, "So, do you recognize this young lady?"
Do I recognize the young lady?
Again, there's something about her that you do recognize, but you can't figure it out. Or maybe you can. Is there anything that you can, any moves that you have that would let you figure it out?
Now I have a move that I've looked through my mentor's resources. I can roll a superior to, I guess, tell the team, something from my studies. So I guess I could do that.
Would it be an assess the situation sort of thing?
I don't even know if it'd be quite that.
Or a pierce the mask, maybe? You see who the person they are underneath?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe that.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
roll
mundane.
Yeah.
Roll mundane.
Good luck.
8.
8.
So pierce the mask.
I get 1.
He gets S1.
So one thing carry on to this. No, that's a such situation.
So you'll be able to, without your hero vision on, you're able to look at the person and then realize that this is Cygnus in normal day attire, without her hero garb on, or her villain garb on.
So no, you don't know her.
She's nerdy hot.
It's like a Dr. Harley Quinn
Ooh.
thing.
Pique my interest.
Oh. What just happened?
Choking on my own spit.
Just piqued my interest.
So what do you say?
I do not recall who that is.
He says, now Red Wing, there's no reason to lie.
Well, I'm not lying. I don't know what her name is.
And he says, well, fortunately, we do. And he says, I can tell you right now, your compliance in this matter would go a long way to make the punishment that's coming to her a lot easier. Oof.
Well, I'll tell you this. I 100%, without lying, do not know why she would help me.
And he says, very well then. And he says, do you think that your team would feel the same way?
About trying to help me?
Because they're coming along quite soon. They'll be joining us. And they may have a different side to this story. So if anything you've said to me is untrue, I will find out.
I didn't lie.
And then they'll take you back to your cell. They won't beat you this time.
They just kind of like do this thing.
Yeah.
No, they like lift and I go.
Shoot the visors, like, and then they will take you back to your cell. Meanwhile, you guys, what are you doing at the base?
I'm not gonna get shot by these guys, and there's no way we're gonna win. So I'm just gonna hands
There's
up
another
and
way out.
turn ourselves in. They're gonna find us no matter what.
Just keep running.
I could be a distraction for a while. Maybe.
They will kill you. I'm going to tell you all now that this is probably our best option to getting in.
Yeah.
And probably our only.
Then we should all just turn ourselves in anyway.
They'll find us no matter where we are. Right, Carbine?
She's gone.
Oh, right, Carbine.
She's like the secret escape.
This is a secret escape?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a back door.
Wow.
I've given you all the whole diagram of the building. Still hasn't read it yet.
Should we follow her or?
Yeah, I'll follow her.
It's not worth it though. Like, she's not gonna help us anymore. She literally said she's done. So
Leaves, disappears for 3 years. I'm sad.
I'll turn myself in. You guys can do what you want, but I see this being the only option in getting in.
And just as you say that,
I'm with you.
Stop.
Alright.
Anybody
Frozen?
leave?
Can I try to join them?
You can when they get here, but right now they're talking about whether or not they're going to run or stay and allow themselves to get captured.
I guess I'll stay.
So Molly.
We all just sit down.
Yeah.
Well, if her plan, you might want to act like you're getting detained.
Yeah, sure.
Cat.
I mean, everybody's gonna find out who I am anyway, so.
So you stay?
Yeah.
Alright. So so you all resolve to stay, just then the door to the base blows off of the its industrial grade hinges, and a bunch of SWAT guys will come in, but they're all ages, and they'll raise their guns up, and one person will step through, and she will be in a full SWAT gear or whatever, but she'll have her visor up, and she'll step forward, taking charge of the room, and she'll walk up and she'll say, "Which one of you is frozen?"
Oh.
She says, then she turns to her soldiers and she says, "All right, bag and tag them. Leave the frozen girl alone."
Well, we figured out what the deal was.
And then the rest of the guys will advance on you and begin to place black bags over your heads and handcuff you.
GG.
Must be nice.
Frozen, while you're watching this going on, the lady SWAT officer is standing there with her gun, and she's just kind of watching, making sure everything goes according to plan.
So what's the plan, boss?
So what's the plan?
And she looks at you and she says, she just blatantly ignores you and steps away. Under her breath, you can hear her say, "Must be nice to have rich parents."
That's great.
And with that, they will take the three of you away, and they will leave Frozen.
I at least care a little bit.
Yeah, don't handcuff my daughter. She has a ability against us, but don't do it.
Hopefully we don't punish you at home.
Just leave it.
Handcuff me.
Yeah, don't take me with you.
I want to be bagged.
And so they take them out. Now the next scene is you guys being sort of in the back of a truck. You can hear a motor rolling, but you can't see anything. The reader would be able to see you guys sitting in the back of some kind of military transport truck. There's three armed guards. There's one at the door, and then there's
They
one
put us all
standing
in the same
back.
truck.
Mm-hmm. And
Thrash, you're sitting on me.
and then it's big enough to hold you as well. And then there's one, and the manacles they put on you are quite impressive as well. They're quite strong. And then there's one sitting down. He specifically has a gun aimed at Thrash.
Awesome.
Well,
But
it's not
you
like
can't-
you can't see.
But you can't see. Yeah.
I was about to say, I was going to be like, come on, that's not necessary, but never mind, I can't see.
And so while you guys are in the back of this truck, you can feel it bouncing along. And what do you guys do?
Can I still communicate with my telepathy?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and I mean, I don't know what I can really say, other than I think this is our best way of getting in now. And I'm sorry it's had to come to this. And they can communicate back if they want.
Yeah, this is in your heads. Thrash and...
What is it?
I just said, sorry it's had to come to this, but this is probably the best way of getting in.
It's not your fault, it's mine.
Well, we're just gonna have to try and deactivate whatever is stifling our powers.
Which was in the director's office. If
So we
right.
believe.
Yeah. So we think, yeah. But whatever they do, just don't try to fight them. Because it's just going to end up badly.
Frozen is still out.
She'll save us! He's like, guys!
I mean, maybe she can get help from her brother.
Oh, that's. Oh! If she wants to.
Yeah, we can get him out of
That's the
bed.
closest to.
Maybe you can text your boy Solace.
That's the closest to us she has. Remember?
You might need
Yes,
to
our-
assemble. You might need to
Actually.
assemble.
Hey, he has our
Or
copies.
smash.
But he's got a point. He does.
You might be
Own our
best at doing a
others.
little
Yeah.
villain get
Your
together.
brother does have all our copies.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So
Oh.
I better do something.
You owe me.
Starts a
from-
new team
you
with the
owe
copies.
me.
I've seen too much of you. You owe me.
You need to talk to
I
Frozen.
have blackmail. That's what you do.
You need to give Frozen that idea. You need to talk
Alright.
to her. Try to
I'll. Can
communicate
I
with
do
her.
that? I'm assuming I can communicate to her.
She might think about it on her own.
Okay. If you do, if not, I'll be like, hey, it's me.
Yeah, what does Frozen do after the whole base? They all clear out. They just leave you behind.
What's
I'm just
wrong?
there.
Yeah,
Knock
it's like-
shit off the counter.
Oh, time to do some redecorating finally.
Ice everywhere.
Oh God.
Paints all the cabinets black.
Oh. Yeah, I'll probably get in touch with Storm and see.
How do you communicate?
I call him.
Yeah,
Cell phone.
he doesn't answer.
Text message.
Bitch.
I will go to the house and go to his room and
Okay.
knock this time.
Yeah.
So as soon as you enter the house, your parents are waiting for you.
Oh,
At
I
the
forgot
door.
about that.
And I like to imagine that they both look like they just look regal all the time. They just look like they just look like supervillains all the fucking
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Like, he's always wearing this crown of ice,
And the she as well.
Yeah, she's
like elegant
got,
ice dress.
like an ice scepter, all the time. And
Tata.
like even at the supermarket. And
Do you mean this meat has expired?
Well, talk to your manager.
Karen?
customer service.
Unbelievable. Can I send money through Western Union?
Don't you dare start that conversation.
And then the ice powers begin to come out and start snowing, and they're just completely unaffected.
The store is shutting down again, dude.
Again.
This is the
So-
third time today.
So your mother and your father are standing there, and he's got his arms crossed, and he looks triumphantly at you, and he says,
Yes, father.
"Don't you have something you'd like to say to me?"
Oh,
You still suck. Kidding.
Something's cute.
I'm becoming a villain.
And then his eyes go wide.
Fuck!
Your mother starts crying. She says, "Oh my goodness, she's finally seen the error of her ways." And and your father's just like, "See, I told you, honey, she would come around. Every teen goes through a rebellious phase. Why, even I joined a small time superhero team when I was young.
oh.
This is a backstory I needed.
Yeah, right.
Rebel against my parents, like
Not
father,
like my
like
dad.
daughter."
Stop comparing us, bro.
So, have you chosen a supervillain name?
Sticking with Red.
I'm sticking with Frozen.
I mean, it was a horrible movie.
Heart of ice.
Heart of Ice.
He says, no, that simply won't do. You have to rebrand yourself.
Yeah, you can be
He'll
Frosty.
take you under. He'll take you.
Frosty?
He'll flap his cape. He'll flap his cape behind him, and he'll put his arm around you and begin walking you into the dining room. He'll say, daughter, it's all about rebranding yourself. You need to think of a name that inspires fear in your enemies, and hatred in your arch enemies.
What's the bad guy's name from Frozen?
The Ice Princess.
Ice Princess.
Then look at more synonyms for cold. Synonyms.
What's wrong with Frozen?
This is just doesn't have that punch to it. What about Ice Heart?
Ooh. Arctic. Let's see. Frigid conditions.
What about
Glacier.
Evil Glacier?
Evil
Cold-blooded.
glacier.
Dark Glacier?
Yeah, you'd be
Wintrous.
Cold-hearted.
Wintriness. Wintrousness.
Cold Blood?
Winter.
Cold-hearted.
Yeah, cold blood, whatever.
Cold blood.
Whatever you want to call me.
Alright, well, your brother's about to go out. I suggest you go and talk to him. Perhaps he'll let you join.
Go get him.
Go get him,
knock
Tiger.
first.
And he says, I don't know, he's up there with his clothes, so.
Oh.
No.
Please don't be
That
his
was a bad
sister. Don't be his sister.
Yeah, oh my god, that'd be so You should take note of which clones are outside his room and which one is in his room.
Which ones?
Which ones?
Are they
Good
all
luck.
up there or just a couple?
I don't know.
Red Wings and
But have a good time.
Oh
Yeah,
God!
I'm so
Don't
glad
dare!
I'm so glad you've come to the dark side. And your mother, well, your mother couldn't be happier.
Oh God. They better freaking love me.
Good luck.
Storm!
Yeah, the music is just blaring.
I cover my eyes and just shoot like ice through the door to open it.
Yeah, so the door will like fly off and like ice, like giant icicles will like nail it to the wall behind. Your brother kind of like you see the first thing you see is him like looking at the door like nailed to the wall, and he looks back and he's like, "What the fuck?" he's got his like supervillain garb on, so it's like
Okay.
so he's got like a vest with like a fur like an Arctic fur fringe and no shirt on, like he's showing off his perfect like 6-pack and hairless
It's
muscles.
sprayed on.
Hairless
muscles.
Contoured.
Yeah, and he's got like some cool like makeup on, like he looks like he's about to go play like a rock show or something. And his hair is his hair has this like frosty blueness to it, and it's like sticking straight up.
Tips.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like it's definitely frosted tips.
Justin
And he's
Timberlake
like,
over here.
sticking straight up, like spiked up, and he looks at you and he says,
what the fuck is this?
and you can see the clones are kind of sitting around like awkwardly, like two of them are sitting on the bed, but one of them is like Thrash's counterpart, so the bed's kind of like raised up. Another one's like sinking down into a beanbag chair, and then like and then another one's like sitting up on the like perched on the windowsill, like a like some kind of like gremlin. And then
That's totally Xena.
No, my character's all happy.
That's
Yeah,
totally Xena.
hers is probably like
yeah, and then your counterpart
Oh, geez.
is dancing to the music, and she has the most colorful costume.
Oh god.
And when you come in, she immediately says, and then she runs over and gives you a big hug and like squeezes you.
Wow.
Don't it just warm your heart?
Cold blooded now. Oh, yay.
So what's up, little sis?
Oh god, you play that too well.
It kills me to say this, but I need your help.
Yeah, I don't know if you forgot, but villains don't help heroes.
I'm
little
a villain
sis.
now.
Whatever.
Dad!
Don't call me Dad.
Name one evil thing you've done.
I broke a kid's cell phone.
That's your go-to.
That's Junior League stuff, sis.
I froze my teammate.
Again, Junior League stuff happens
Tell
all
him,
the
tell
time.
him.
I caught you in your private moment. You owe me.
He says,
Pictures.
Hey, you haven't said anything. Have you?
Not you.
Trust me, I'm not bragging about it.
No one's bragging.
He says, well, what kind of help could I give you anyway?
Okay, he thinks the agency.
I need you to help me get into Aegis.
What?
Don't
Okay.
what me? You heard me.
He says you want to break into the most secure, off-limits section of good guys in this entire city. You want to break into Aegis?
That's your
Yeah.
bad girl move.
It's how we come out as cold-blooded.
He says, man, maybe you really have gone to the dark side. But even for you, that's pretty crazy. Nobody can break in there. No villain's ever done it, ever.
That's why we'll have you all.
And he says, good point.
Oh Jesus!
I suppose if
That's
you are
good.
going to infiltrate the most dangerous place for a villain, you probably would go to an expert. I would be that expert.
Oh.
He says, he says, so, do you have a plan?
Again, do we get the plays on carbon copies?
I
Oh,
figure
cool.
you might come up with something since you're such a genius.
He says, yeah, I usually have a little more time to research a job, but, you know, you got anything to go on? Any way in?
Clear.
And then we'll switch back to the back of the van where you guys are sitting.
I wonder what
Traveling
Frozen's
to
doing.
the city.
Yeah, you can't tell, but Xerox is like under the hood, just sobbing.
Might as well just
Is
sniffling
there a
sounds.
cat back here crying?
A cat? Is that what you just said?
What's a cat crying somewhere?
Yeah, the one of the guards will be like, "Shut up."
Wait, we're talking in our heads, right?
Is she sobbing in her head?
Now.
No, tears are just running down. She's thinking about her
like
brother.
quietly sobbing.
Yeah, she's thinking about her brother and everything that's gone wrong. And she is 15.
God, I'm the old one.
I'm going
Are we there yet?
So technically she's older.
thrash.
And they'll switch back to further.
So what you got?
He says, he was obviously looking at you, waiting for you to say something.
Maybe you can give the plan about the UFO.
I know powers don't work.
He says, well, that's pretty much a deal breaker then. We can't use our powers, and what's the point?
I
How
thought
else
y'all
are
were
we-
better villains than that.
I mean, one of
I got
the
an idea.
copies has really good fighting skills.
I got an idea. Oh,
Same.
man.
We probably use mom and dad's weapons if we want.
And he says, I don't know. He says, I'm grounded from weapon usage for at least the next week.
Since when has that ever stopped?
Really?
Maybe they'll try to get the UFO this time.
He
Because
says,
they shouldn't be guarded that much since they know they already arrested us.
He says, I'll tell you what. Maybe we'll stake the place out.
Okay.
And he says, and I'll show you how the pros do it.
Your copy's like, yay, stakeout!
Yeah, and she goes over and like gives you another big hug.
Oh, Jesus.
You should give them an idea about the UFO.
And
Technically, like I said, cheat.
so the next scene is
Wed
Red
Wing.
Wing.
Wed Wing.
Wed Wing?
Yes.
Wedding?
Wedding. Kiki.
We're skipping 10 years?
Huh?
So we're skipping 10 years?
It's been 10 years.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
Still in jail.
I'm 28 now. And
We're
10
still
long years.
We're still all the way there.
Space. Space. My sheet. What are you looking at?
So,
Wed Wing.
so what are you doing?
I guess just waiting, because I
More push-ups.
don't think there's any way I can get... I'm working out the whole time.
Well, do you have any like internal monologue? Do you flash back to a cool to something cool that happened with your mentor? Do you feel the time that's like reminiscing?
Like the last time you were with me.
I do think of like all the like tips my mentor gave me. I also think of like all the fun like adventures the whole group's going on.
Well, let's play something out. Like tell me about the time that tell me about your first night out and like what happened with your mentor.
Think of a random bad guy name.
Connect the dots.
Is that the bad guy name?
What the hell?
is he supposed to be like the Joker? I'm not the Joker.
Yeah, he's like the what is that
Riddler?
game? Huh? What was that game with the where you like try to make a
Connect forward.
Connect 4? Yeah, he's like the Connect 4 version of the Riddler.
Look what you did.
All his crimes are connected.
Look it.
He could be checkers.
Checkers.
Yeah.
Blood.
Blood.
You shed blood because of you.
I shed
Hey.
blood.
So like he's like sitting on a rooftop with me, like cliche.
From the watch.
And he's like giving me tips not to like jump straight into it, and then being my first time out, I jump into it anyway.
Yeah.
And he like comes in and saves me last second, thinking I could still somehow pull it off. And then he almost gets away, but he stops him just for me.
Okay. And then what was the conversation you guys had after that? He says
it started the whole like
he says you're reckless.
Yeah.
I thought you were ready, but perhaps I was wrong.
I'm still learning.
He says it's a dangerous world out here. Would he call you by your first name, or would he call you by your superhero name at this point?
In public, he calls me by the superhero name. So
yeah, but I don't know. So he's gonna choose to call you by Logan, right?
AJ.
AJ.
Yeah.
He says because this is like just to sort of intone that like that intimacy that you guys have of like he's not talking to you as like a superhero to a sidekick. He's talking to you as like a father to a son. He says, AJ, it's dangerous out here. One wrong move could be your last. You need to survive. What's his highest value? Superior.
He embodies savior.
Savior.
Yeah.
He says it's impossible to save lives. You can't save your own.
But at the end of the day, it's more worth everyone else being alive, isn't it?
He says sometimes. He says sacrificing yourself, sacrificing your life. You only get to do it once, so make sure it's for the right thing.
Kiki, do you need me right at the microphone?
She looks like she's about to start singing into the microphone.
So the rest of you, so the truck stops.
God, I had to pee so bad.
You get to pee? Go pee. Oh, you mean actually? Oh, sorry. Yes.
So the truck stops.
What are you looking at?
The gates, the back of the truck opens. You guys are ushered out off the truck and ushered off somewhere. You can hear.
That's how it got turned down a bit.
You can hear the like footsteps of each other for quite some time, and then eventually you will only hear your own and those of the guard escorting you.
Okay.
Eventually, you're pushed through a doorway, and then the door is shut behind you.
The bag's still in our head?
Huh?
The bag's still in our head?
The bag.
The
yeah.
bags.
Yeah.
Can I try to take it off?
Yeah. At this point, your manacles have been released, and you're just kind of shoved into this room with this bag on your head.
Like a sail or like...
As you take the bag off, you see that you are in a your cell actually has like iron like these. It looks like iron bars, but they have like a shiny blueness to them. But basically, you look like you have like some kind of cement floor and then like iron bars, and then there's a pile of hay next to you. And like a water trough.
Oh,
No.
that's just sad.
At the end of this conversation, you're gonna be hoarse.
What do the other two do?
It's fucked up.
I removed my bag.
They take the handcuffs off us,
Yeah.
but they leave the bag on.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I take the bag.
What did you do?
So hey.
Hold her like a Velcro kitty.
Jeez. So you take your bag off, and you both of you are in a similar kind of room. It's It's quite small. It has enough room for a bed. There's like a tube on one side of the wall, and then there's maybe about 10 feet of 10 square feet of room. Whew, she's got me good.
Yeah, I mean, she makes me pretty good at my thingy.
And
Alright. I guess I'll go up to the door and look out the panel. See if anybody's walking by or any guards or anything.
yeah, no, you just see this. Like all you can really see is like a blank wall in front of you.
I try to yell for one of them. I start yelling their names.
As you call out, you are answered by the sound of a trumpeting elephant,
What the fuck?
What?
Alright.
and then by the roar of a lion.
Wow, they put me in the fucking animal cage.
I know my powers won't work, but I'm still gonna try and see, like, I don't know if I, like, try to use telepathy, if it's just, like, white noise or just nothing at all.
Yeah, just nothing at all.
And then I try to use my telekinesis to, like, lift my pillow or sheets off the bed.
Nothing at all.
Oh, well, guess I'll take a sit then.
You're gonna need a lot of comforting after this.
I find I'm turned into like a beast, like an actual.
And actually, you look perfectly normal.
No? Oh, because
You look at your hands, and you have returned to your human self.
Oh,
What the fuck did I
God.
do for?
Yeah, we said wow, you look normal. Stay in the freaking animal cages.
This gets a power system ever goes down for a minute, you know.
So how far down the hall on both sides can
You can literally just through the slot. You can see just in front of the door, and you can see just a blank space of wall.
Pure white walls.
Well, nothing we can do, so sit and wait for somebody.
Yep.
Making my way down to.
And do you guys have anything that you would like to reminisce or to dwell on?
is it like a window or is it like bars?
It's like a window.
Any adventures?
It's like bolted in on one side, and then there's this like some kind of plexiglass or something.
Is there any stories you would have?
And it appears to be double paned as well. Like the thickness of the door is probably about like 5 inches.
Is there any clearance between the floor and the bottom of the door?
Nah.
Okay. There you go. No matter what it is.
I'm all alone. There's no one here.
Is there anything you'd like to dwell on or reminisce or anything
Singing
like
the
that?
Wish Random song.
I mean, I'm just like worried about my family.
Okay. Is there like a specific thought or memory that comes to?
Yeah, like not a memory, just a thought of Jimmy Jr. all alone. And Grammy having to pretty much sacrifice all her time. That nobody knows where I'm at. Just general worry.
Yeah. So you're thinking about your family and like yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I guess I just think about how in situations like this in the future, what my dad would best tell me. Never
remember a
fight a
time I was-
losing battle.
I remember a time I was
Something corny
locked
like
in
that.
And then you just hear him say it down the hallway.
Yeah, never fight a losing battle.
No, you I remember a time I was locked in this.
Now, everybody who is in a cell, and that includes you too, Red Wing, mark a condition. Whatever condition you think most appropriate.
Great, 3 conditions. Woo. Sorry. You could be anything since you're an animal pen.
Afraid?
I'm angry.
What are you, Thrash?
Angry.
Angry. What are you, Red Wing?
Hopeless.
Wow. What are you?
Hopeless.
Hopeless. Father like daughter.
Every week this happens.
Now, in a helicopter, circling the Aegis Tower is your brother. He's like leaning out of the side door of the helicopter, very dangerously, and he's got his binoculars and he's like hanging out on one side. He's got his binoculars and he's like scanning the area, and he says, "This
is just a
I just saw an armored vehicle entering through the back."
I want to push him out so bad.
You're like,
Okay.
Oh,
And you're
he doesn't even know what she's here
Armored
for.
vehicle.
and your clone is sitting next to you. She says, "I'm so excited! We're going on a mission! We're going on a mission! We're going on a mission!"
Shove her out the fucking
She says, "Are you excited?"
So excited. Oh Lord.
She says, "I feel like we have so much in common."
What's her name?
It's an armored vehicle.
Huh?
What's the clone's name?
Her name is Ice Ballerina.
ice.
Talking about villain names not working out.
It was Ice Ballerina Princess.
They shortened it.
It's kind of a mouthful, yeah.
Oh God.
Do I know we can move? Because I swear I'm not moving that.
Is that
Yes,
better?
yes.
Is that better?
2 red wings for the price of 1.
I mean, technically, yeah.
I don't know if there's 2 of Wallace.
Oh God.
Oh, the cameraman's back. Hold on.
I don't approve, he says.
Yeah. So what do you do?
What do you see that armored vehicle?
He says, I don't know. It just looks like it went through the back. There's some kind of hidden, concealed carport back there.
Any guards?
He says, "Not that I can see." And he looks over devilishly and says, he says, "This might be the perfect chance."
We going in now?
He says, and then the helicopter begins to swing.
Going now!
Veer down towards the building.
Click seatbelt.
We're in a helicopter. This ain't gonna work.
He says, "It's the perfect ploy. We'll crash the helicopter into the building, jump out at the last second, and then sneak through the carport."
My brother's crazy.
Just I'll figure this out.
I like that plan.
And then
You like anything that involves storing a helicopter?
and then he says, "We'll have to jump before we get into the power zapper."
Power what?
Power zapper. The thing that takes away your powers. You told me all about it. I'm calling it the power zapper.
Oh, you're such a genius.
I know. And then the helicopter is like veering towards the building.
Parachute?
What do you do?
Maybe I won't
Mentally
look at my
freaking out.
clones.
Okay.
I guess I just wait to jump.
Supposed to come.
Got nothing else to do.
So as the helicopter is like coming down, there's this drone is going to fly up, and it's going to have this like one red eye on it, and you'll see like the reticle.
Yeah.
Retinal?
Retinal.
Retina?
Retinal.
Maybe.
Eyeball.
That's what. That's like. Yeah, electronic eye.
Retina.
Huh?
Yeah.
Sure.
Eyeball.
So you'll see the retina. We'll start kind of like looking around, and then it will focus on you, and then it'll focus on your brother, and then it will begin to start like the things on the wings will start glowing, and your brother will say, "She's gonna blow!" And then he says, "It's now or never, sis," and he jumps out.
I jumped with them.
Okay. And go ahead and engage the threat. Roll danger.
Does the rest of the clones jump out?
Oh, that don't work
Or is it
well.
just them there?
Got 5.
So you'll jump out, but you jump out a little too late, and you get caught up in the resulting explosion as the thing blows the helicopter up, and the explosion propels you towards the building, into the field without your powers.
Brace for impact.
He is going to slide down some heavy winds that he's brought, and he's gonna, like in a cyclone, he's gonna sort of funnel himself down. He's going to and then you'll kind of crash against the building. The helicopter will crash above you as it spins into the building, and then the drone will also fly down to confront you. So basically you're falling. There's a big giant heaping burning piece of metal falling down on top of you, and then the drone is also swooping down to finish you off. What do you do?
And I got no powers.
And you have no powers.
I'm dead.
Eat.
Oh. Ice ballerina, help! Please! You're my best friend!
And she got caught up in the explosion.
Oh god!
What about the other
That's a
four?
plus.
As the explosion happens, yeah!
Yay, you're dead!
Like you see the fire rip through the helicopter. She's like, "Yay!" And then
She's
like
still in
her
it?
flesh like burns off, and she's still clapping, and then she just fades away into dust. Like
She died?
I'm a
Well,
little sad about
Did all
that.
the powers just die?
what about the other? Yeah, what about the other ones?
none of them jumped out.
Y'all are
What's
What the heck?
We have horrible
And he says, in response to that question that nobody asked, he says, Storm says, the kind of clones that wear their seatbelts. And you'll feel this torrent of wind sucking you out of the field, and this like cyclone will begin to suck you into it, and you'll follow his trajectory down. However, the drone is still chasing after you. It's still firing at you. What do you do?
Now you can shoot your
Well,
eyes.
how far is she away from the field, too?
She's pulled out of the field.
Okay, so you
So
got your
I
powers
do the
back.
powers.
Yeah, so basically you were in free fall for a moment, and then like you get sucked into a vortex from Storm.
I'm gonna shoot an ice shard at it to kill it.
Okay, engage the threat.
Well, shit. Well, that's
Please
our worst
work
enemy
Plus
today.
2.
7.
7.
Yes.
All right.
Directly engage it.
Sitting in the
On a
cell
7 through 9,
phone,
pick
lost a
one.
piece of me.
Resist or
We all just feel
avoid,
like we lost a
take
piece of
something
us.
from them, create an opportunity, impress, surprise, or frighten.
I guess resist or avoid their blows.
Okay, yeah. So you fire off some ice shards. Like the laser beams hit those and burst the shards and kind of disperse themselves. So you're basically just like blocking with ice. Yeah. You will gently fall to the ground, and Storm will kind of look back up at the drone, and he'll this bolt of lightning will crack off from his hands, and the drone will just explode, and he'll be like, "Sis,
You know, I just wanted you to show off your powers to me.
he says, man, I hope you were a lot better at this at your hero gig than you are at this villain shit."
No
He
comment.
says, because I gotta say, you're off to a bad start. A little slow on jumping out of the helicopter, could destroy the flying drone, and look, drones are gonna be everywhere when you're a bad guy. And he's like giving you this talk as you guys are approaching the secret carport.
What
He
freeze
says,
of
he says, look, drones are gonna be everywhere when you're a bad guy. We can get shot at by drones like when you're taking a walk, when you want to get some ice cream. Hell, you'll be getting shot at drones when you go to the bank. Of course, you are there to rob it, so. Drones.
Nope, you're the master.
He's got a point.
And
The master meter.
and so you get to the side of the building with the secret entrance, and he kind of just stands there with his hands in his tight jean pockets, his skinny jean pockets.
Oh, God.
So now what?
He says, "Now we wait."
To wait?
And then just as he says that, the thing opens, and then a bunch of guys are deployed, and he says, "There we go."
Why do I question you?
And as the guys are deployed, they kind of he's kind of like leaning back against the building. He's got you pushed back against the wall too. They deploy, they run out, and then as they're running out, he quickly kind of slips in through the door.
I'll follow him.
Okay. And then following along the edge of the wall, He goes behind some like convoy trucks, and basically you guys are in.
Okay.
He says, "See, I'm pretty good at this stuff. And don't worry about the clones."
You got more.
Oh god.
He probably has more.
He says there's a reason they're clones.
I don't want to know.
Because they're too much like their real life counterparts, and they fuck up all the time.
Womp womp womp.
I'm just gonna ignore
I
you.
suddenly get pissed inside myself. Why am I so mad?
So let's start with Xerox.
Okay.
Your cell door will open. Two men with like lightning batons and visors. Visors will enter and they'll sort of make way, and a man with horn-rimmed glasses will step in.
Yeah.
And he'll say, "Well, I don't really think the mask is necessary anymore. Do you, Molly? Molly Murphy, right?" And then he starts listing your grandmother's name and your address, your brother's name,
Your
what
grades.
grade he is in school, and even what grade he got in this last project that you helped him with.
Well, that's typical. Fine. So you know who I am.
He says, we don't only know who you are. We also know about your best friend Mason too.
Then what does he have to do with any of this?
Well, it's really up to you, Molly. You can help us out, we can help you out. And really, we want to help you out. It would be a shame if an innocent bystander had to pay the consequences or pay the price for your mistakes. Now, if you'd like to come down the hall and have a chat with me, perhaps we can work this out.
You thought Negan was back.
Okay.
At least
fine,
Negan
you
doesn't
win.
mess
Lead
with
the way.
kids.
And so they'll lead you down the hallway, and you'll end up in this room where there's basically like a table and then a chair on each side of the table, and he'll go and he'll sit down on one side of the table, and he's one of the guards brings him this like piping hot cup of tea, and he kind of dabs the bag a little bit and takes a sip. Ooh, too hot. I'll set it down on the table. And he'll say, "So Molly. It's alright if I call you Molly, correct?"
Sure.
And he says, "So your friend Redwing seems he has a little friend in this facility, and turns out we're having some difficulty locating that friend in this facility at the moment. Perhaps you can help us out. Do you recognize this individual?" And he'll put up the picture of a girl. She's got glasses on. She's got her hair up in a tight bun. She's definitely someone you recognize, but you're not quite sure from where.
I take a long look. I can't be for sure, but I think I might have seen her on TV.
And would you like to roll mundane to see if you recognize?
Great.
Okay, yeah. So you recognize her instantly. It's Cygnus.
Okay, I would like to use one of my moves.
Okay.
Mild mannered.
Okay.
I can't. It's cut off though, so I can't really read it all. I don't know if this is going to help anyway. When you try to use your civil identity to deceive, trick, or slip past someone, roll plus mundane. On a hit, they buy your something. It's cut off. On a 7 through 9, do you have it?
Yeah.
On 10.
On a hit, they buy your facade.
Okay. So, can I use that to deceive them? Even though I instantly recognize it. And I'll just be like, well, first I need to know if I can do it.
You can just lie if you want to. I think that's more for like if you were trying to like break into a place or whatever, you're trying to infiltrate a place, but going in as Xerox wouldn't do the trick, so you go in as Molly and try to get your way in.
But they already know I'm on it,
Right.
so they'll go on there.
Yeah, because that's basically you're trying to sell the your normal self is like
Okay, fair
you're
enough.
using that to sort of it's like, oh, I'm just here for a school project or whatever, you know. But you can just lie. I mean, if you don't want to say that you recognize her.
But do I really recognize her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been recognizing her ain't the problem.
So maybe I know who this is, but what do you want with her?
Says, as you can understand, security stays pretty tight around here. However, someone has slipped into our company here, and turns out they've been up to a bit of mischief. We would like to rectify that situation immediately.
Well, oh God. Yeah, I'll tell her who it is.
Sickness.
Mhm.
Yeah. He says he nods to one of the guys in the armor, and he exits, and then he says, "Molly, you've been quite helpful.
I
Perhaps you
wouldn't
could
call
be
it helpful.
perhaps you could be just a little more helpful. Now, I know that Now I understand that you had a run-in with a supervillain named Dominus as of recently.
Yeah. I mean, everybody knows that.
Well, as you may know, Aegis took care of the situation. Only they didn't really, did they?
Obviously not.
So tell me, what happened to Dominus? What really went on in the bubble?
That I don't know. She just disappeared.
He says,
I mean, we bought her, but to no avail.
and he says, curious. He says, well, I think we're pretty much done here. You've been very cooperative so far, and depending on the cooperation of your friends, you might actually get out of here by the end of the day. Return to a normal life. No one will know your identity.
But Mason Turner, you're not gonna harm him.
Well, not until we need something else.
Fucking dick. I think to myself.
Infinity.
Where's my dad?
Yay!
I'm going to retreat.
Oh, what's up, Robin? It's no biggie.
Not much, really. I guess I can do.
Well, your door is going to open.
Oh lord.
And same thing will happen. And the two guys in armor are gonna step in. The man with the horn-rimmed glasses steps in. He says, "So, Infinity, I hear you're from the future.
That is true.
I think we have some things to discuss.
I believe we do.
Now you know who Dominus is. You know the threat that Dominus poses on the world.
Mm-hmm.
But have you told your friends exactly what the nature of that threat is?
No.
And why not?"
I honestly don't know.
To protect
I don't
us.
I don't want them to live in fear every single day, like I already do.
He says, it's important to remember that what is set in motion. What?
I don't know your face. I'm just like trying to take it seriously, but like you're acting so good.
He says, it's important to remember that what's already been set in motion has been set in motion. Dominus will reign supreme. There will be no more superheroes.
Can I ask you what happened to the Council of Heroes?
You can try to pierce the mask if you like.
I have to try, I guess.
Wait, so they're spilling their guts to her? Damn.
I mean, he already knows everything that's going to happen. So.
Oh, shoot.
Nine. So would that just be like, do I ask, what are you really planning, or what do you intend to do? Or should I just ask and you'll answer?
Yeah, you can ask one of those. We'll try to frame it around what you're really doing.
Let's do, what are you really planning? Based around that.
He nods to the guys, and they leave the room.
Ooh, okay.
He has them pull in a chair first. He sits down in the chair, and he takes off his glasses, starts cleaning them. He says, when Dominus came to me and asked me if I would help him build a better world, as the head of Aegis, with a duty to the citizens of this world, how could I refuse him?
But isn't he a villain?
I suppose it depends on what you mean. Where you're from, not everyone's being hunted, right? Mostly just superheroes.
Mostly everybody's gone.
And he says, well, you can't make a paradise omelet without cracking a few eggs.
It's not a few eggs, though. It's the whole world. Why do you think I'm here?
He says, you're here because your parents had superpowers.
That's not just it!
And they did not want to submit to the will of Dominus.
Honestly, oh my god. This is crazy.
He says, well, don't you think the world would be a lot better if people didn't have superpowers? If
Technically, I have no superpowers.
if one person with monstrous deformities or delusions of grandeur or power to free someone solid accidentally. You think these type of people should really be entrusted with so much power and expected to live normal lives?
Dominus has that power, if not even greater than what we have. I was alive for like 18 years in this hell that was created by you guys. No life, nothing improved. I lived it.
And he says, you lived during the transition.
A transition of 18 years?
Is
that, don't you want it instantaneously?
And he says, I've come to terms with the fact that I don't get to see the world of tomorrow. But Dominus has shown me visions of it. A world in which Dominus is the only superpower. A world in which Dominus enforces all.
Do I see this guy in the future? Does he look familiar to me?
He does.
So he does exist in the future. I can't be like, oh, you fucking die. Oh, you're gonna...
You can lie to him.
I could lie, but...
Like, you know he turns on you, right?
So you know that he is a builder.
But not the good kind.
But not the good kind.
Well, he is not supposed to be what I expect him to be, though.
Right, so he's, so in the future he is,
what's his name?
His name, what is his name? Oh, I thought I had one, but I don't know if I do.
Oscar.
His name is,
I don't know. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
Cyclops.
You may pull up a super bad
Jeffrey
generator.
his name is Vincent
Van
McMahon.
Vincent Van McMahon?
No. His name is Vincent.
Kennedy.
I'll say make him Mr. something.
I don't know. Sure, Vincent Van McMahon. Sure, why not?
Until we come up with a cooler one. Vincent
Got no
Van
chance in
McMahon.
hell.
Yeah. So you know that he was hailed
Let's walk like him.
as a builder of the new society, even though he was not, or he was an old man when you were alive. not dead, but an old man.
Took him. I mean, what is he building? Obviously, there's not a lot of life.
And you remember that he was considered a builder of the New World Order. He was Dominus's what?
No, just
NWO
unintentional completely, and that he was like Dominus's like human liaison, but you did not know that he was supposed to be in charge of Aegis, which is like a just organization.
Yeah.
So in the future you see him as a villain, but in the present he was supposed to be a hero, or he was supposed to be like a good guy.
Why do you agree with Dominus's ideology?
Is that still Pierce the Mask?
Oh, I guess that would be either another role. It was just me kind of. What sounds so great about that?
Yeah.
It's one big jerk, strong guy. You're supposed to be a hero. Why are you suddenly changing sides?
And he'll finish cleaning his glasses and put it back on. He says, "I have my reasons," and he says, "As I'm sure you have yours. You're back here trying to disrupt the timeline."
It's disrupting.
He says, things have come to pass that cannot be reversed. The council's gone. With them out of the way, Dominus is sure to succeed. And he says, but if you behave, perhaps we'll give you a cell with a view. That way you can watch as your world crumbles to dust.
Oh,
Can't watch if both your parents are dead.
And the door will shut behind you.
good point.
Meanwhile, Frozen. You guys are like he's like action rolling between what are they called? The big trucks, yeah. He's like action rolling between trucks and
Making his own theme music.
yeah, and like waving you forward when it's clear and like stopping you when it's not clear.
And you're just walking down the slide.
And the base is on full alert, like there's a siren going on in the background, and so you guys are behind one of these trucks, and you're looking towards a hallway, and there's like a door that basically whenever like some soldiers approach it, they cue in over a radio, and then the door opens long enough to let them through, and then closes immediately behind. Storm looks at you and he says, "All right, here's your chance, little sis. Try to impress me."
Face for the door and crazy.
No powers.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't have my powers.
Right.
But
Shit.
I think Carbine said that she believes that the anti-magic field thing is in the director's office. Wherever that would be.
You probably need to get to that door.
You don't have to know where the director's office is, do you?
Who, Storm?
Yes.
He says, "I don't know, but I know how we could probably find out."
Looks to the map behind it.
No, he says, obviously we hack the mainframe and get access to the blueprints. Duh.
Duh.
Here, go and do it. Duh.
He says, "I want to see you get us to that door."
With what? I have no ability to create ice.
A true villain doesn't need their powers, little sis. A true villain relies on recklessness and craziness alone.
Oh, God.
You need to knock out somebody.
Flashback to him hitting
Maybe
the
look
wall
around
with
the
base.
Front of
vehicles.
the hair.
See if there's any, like, extra uniforms.
I'll just get it. Oh, it's gonna be crazy.
That's what you need to do. Maybe try to find a uniform.
I can't look at you.
Can I try knocking a guard out to get his uniform to get access to the door?
Yeah, sure. And as you look around the truck, there's a guard right there.
And throw his body in the truck.
Use your fighting skills, bro.
I say I got fighting skills. I don't know if that's a power necessarily, but
Oh, you have fighting skills?
yes.
That'll do. So the guard is just standing there, and you run up behind them, and what do you do?
Judo
Pressure
drop.
point.
I don't.
Headbutt him.
Yeah, just headbutt him in the back of the head.
Oh, in the back of the head? So you headbutt him in the back of the head, blood shoots out of his nose, and he starts to stumble forward. He starts stumbling forward into clear view of the other soldiers who are
I
there.
blew him.
Grab his legs and pull him.
So he hits the floor, and then you drag him back from behind
Not noticeable at all.
In a few seconds, you come back around the corner, and you've got like garb on. Not bad, little sis. Not too bad.
And he's still in his like supervillain outfit.
Yeah.
Don't you want to like change too?
He says, nah.
Please change.
Put him in handcuffs.
He says, you go over there and get that door open, and then I'll bust through, and then I'll just punch a bunch of guys, and I'll just bust through.
Okay.
I'll be like, whoa!
He gets tasered through the door.
I want to see him.
He does some like folk karate moves.
Or I can handcuff you, and you don't do none of that.
He says, who do you think will believe that? The Great Storm handcuffed by a mere soldier? Not believable.
I believe it.
Trust me, it's more believable than you think.
And he says, although it would give me a chance to try out my prisoner disguise. And he pulls out a pair of like fuzzy handcuffs.
Oh.
Don't handcuff him. Don't handcuff him. Just
Don't-
let him beat him
Just
up.
let him do
Don't
it.
touch those.
Just let him do it.
Don't touch those.
Hope he uses them as breast
Just let him
knuckles.
bust through. Don't worry about it.
Oh, this is a predicament.
Just let him through.
Let him put them on
I
himself.
trust him.
and then we'll
Make
cut
candy.
to and then we'll cut to Thrash.
There we go.
So escorted by two
I
guards,
didn't do it.
Um,
Ding, ding, ding.
the man with horn-rimmed glasses will step into the zoo, and he'll stand just on the other side of these bars.
Is this where you keep all your other prisoners?
He says, "No, just the animals."
Oh. So I look like an animal?
No, you don't.
Alright then.
But looks can be deceiving.
I know. You look pretty cool, but you probably a dick.
He says, "Did you know the pilot of that helicopter you destroyed had a family, a son and a daughter that grew up without their father?
Okay.
Did you know that
That's my problem?
Did you know that the passenger of that helicopter also had a family and a
Did you
dying
know,
mother?
they survived?
Huh?
They survived?
He says they didn't.
Didn't they fall out in a parachute?
Didn't one of them get snare busted?
I thought one of them got... I thought they flew out with a parachute.
He says two of the members survived. Two of the members of the helicopter crew died.
And that's my fault. Fucking people use
He says, well, considering that your giant hand was the one that crushed them, I would say yes.
When you were interfering in our work?
Huh?
You were interfering in our work?
And does this news, like, are you just putting up a cold front, or does this news, like, actually affect you at all?
That doesn't really affect me. I just don't care.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just like angry. I'm angry. Like, I'm like kind of upset without Jerry being there, and just, I don't care anymore.
So this apathy, this apathy is turning you more into the monster that Infinity foresees. And right now, it's not because of your powers; it's because of you as a person. So we'll have to deal with that together.
Cool.
But he says, but he looks a little off put, and he says, perhaps you really are turning into a monster. That stuff that Jerry gave you, do you know what that is?
Nope.
Highly experimental, highly illegal to be testing on human subjects. Well, subjects that were once human.
I look pretty human right now, don't I?
He says, you do. Do you like feeling that way?
I don't know.
He says, wouldn't it be nice to be able to return to a normal life? To not have people stare at you as you walk down the street? To not have children afraid of you, while the rest of your teammates get hugs and give autographs?
Don't you dare sell me out right now.
Wouldn't it be nice to to return to a sense of normalcy. And I'm not talking about on the streets. A penthouse would seem to suit you. Aegis has lots of disposable income.
Donald Trump or
Small loan of $1 million.
So, Thrash, was it?
Yeah.
So what do you say? Why can't we work together?
Why can't you just fuck off?
Oh.
He says, and he gets closer to the bar and he takes off his bars and he takes off his glasses and he says, "You're losing control, Thrash."
That's right. And when I do, you guys will pay for it the most.
He says, "When you do, everybody will pay for it."
And who's making me lose control? You guys.
And he says, "What Jerry did to you was not right. It wasn't okay.
It
He
wasn't?
He didn't explain to you fully what was going to happen to your body."
No, but he was there for me when I really needed someone.
And he says, "The only reason that you're losing control now is because Jerry isn't administering control over you."
Yeah, and that's probably part of your reason too. Your fault too. What did you do with him anyway?
And he says, and the cell opens, and he says, "You're free to go. I think we're done here."
Alright.
Okay.
I'll just leave.
Do you know the way out?
Yeah, you'll be escorted.
Okay.
Cool.
So, is that everybody? Red Wing? We've talked to you extensively. Everybody else, you've been extensively interviewed.
Rubbing both shotguns.
So, Red Wing, your door will open.
He like curls in the fetal position.
I put the pillow over my neck, like, stop it!
She says, "Wow."
Wait, if you get shocked as much as wait, what are you doing here?
She says, "Wow, this is kind of a letdown. I kind of built you up in my mind as this like noble hero who would never give up. Now I just see you as this shocked little ferret curled up in the corner of the room."
Is there like a scar I could like twist and turn myself into?
She says, "You're not really all that dangerous looking. You're actually kind of cute."
I mean,
And she will try to shift your danger down and
Oh
your
my
mundane
gosh.
your
You
mundane
guys can
up.
see your daughter in the jail cell. How's that make you feel?
well, this ain't the first time you've seen me
Is it
with
Dylan?
this face.
Looks like freaking Dylan's
That's
car.
what I thought at first. It's like, wow, now
This is
you
what?
guys-
This isn't the first time you've seen me with this face.
And she says,
What does that mean?
yeah.
She met me at the thing, the big party.
It's like,
Oh, normal.
Museum?
Yeah.
She says,
Stagger.
she says, "I left that device in here so you could escape. You know, a little quid pro quo. You break me out of jail, I'll try to break you out of yours."
Well, I let you outside.
She says, "I did the best I could. And to be frank, I thought you would handle that a little better."
Me too.
She says, "I watched the footage.
Oh god.
You went down like a bitch.
Oh.
So here I am rescuing you again. And, which I guess that means you'll owe me now."
And this is where shooters can see.
She says, "We don't have time for that." She says, "They got your other friend locked up in the zoo. Vincent went down there to talk to him a little bit ago, which means we only have a little bit of time to get the rest of your friends free."
Alright, let's get on it. Got a badge I can wear?
Xerox, your door will open. Yeah. And,
Remy's tail is a
does
wagon.
she step through first, or do you step through?
I stepped through.
Okay. Then Red Wing steps through.
How'd you get in?
Why aren't you wearing your mask?
Oh wait, I am wearing.
Yeah.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Would you stop?
I tried. No time for that. Come on.
immediately get up and follow.
Okay.
The door that had the eyeball, I glance at that every time we go by.
Do I assist you?
And her.
And who?
Cygnus.
But is
Whoa,
it
wait.
obviously Cygnus, or is it the lady that?
Yeah.
Oh, but you know who that is,
Yeah, I know
I guess.
who it
Yeah.
is. What are you doing with her?
Don't ask questions, just come on.
I'm so confused. But I'll come.
Infinity, your door opens.
I go to stand up and.
Do you punch whoever comes to the door?
And Red Wing enters.
And I'm like, what? How did you?
And then she walks behind.
And she kind of looks in and she says, "Are you coming or not?"
Every time that throws me off because it's like she acts like such a brat now, but in the future she's very level-headed and calm and normal. Yeah, I'm coming.
Slow much?
So do you look like her more or Red Wing more?
Is this a breakout or an ice cream social, guys?
Like,
Come on.
Who do I like
Yeah.
more?
Who do you look like more?
I think I look like her more because I got like the hair and the. What color are your eyes?
Blue.
Okay, so I have your eyes, but I have like her like physical features. I feel.
So how's breaking into the door going?
Are you gonna let him bust through, or are you gonna put him in fuzzy handcuffs?
I'll put him in fuzzy handcuffs.
Oh,
That seems like a smarter option.
fair.
Or he could get captured.
Should just let him go through.
So and he says, don't worry about the key. I know how to break out of these things.
Oh, don't-
There's a little latch thing on it.
Just shut up.
That's why you're in bed by yourself.
Ew.
And then you walk him over to the door. What do you do?
Another prisoner.
ID number.
Look at your badge.
Look at your badge.
Just look at your badge.
69.
Funny. But seriously.
No, it's seriously 0069.
Wait, are you serious?
Yes.
Hold on a second. Hey, Demi, get over here and look at this.
I should just let you karate chop the door.
I'm sorry, can you repeat your ID number, please?
0069.
There's a rookie number.
Alright, I gotta see this. Hold on. We're coming out. The door will open. And
Eyes are down.
and so three of these guards are gonna come out to look at your badge number. And as they are, Storm just so they're like talking to you, and Storm's just gonna start running down the hallway.
Naruto
So he's still got his hands behind his back, but as he turns to look back at you, and you're like looking past them at him, he's gonna give you a little thumbs up from behind while his handcuffs are still like cuffed.
I know how to get out of these. He says.
And you'll see him dart around the corner.
I don't know what to do now. Just
go in there.
Just laugh and go, yeah, and then shut the door behind you.
Yes. 69. Funny. Tries to sneak past him.
Yeah, and then the one guy's like, hey, do you have a prisoner?
He
No.
escaped.
No, I did it. I just have to use the restroom.
And he says, look, don't worry, we got this. And then he goes over to hit the emergency button.
No. I did have one. He was figment of imagination.
And he says, look, we've all lost a prisoner before. Tim lost a prisoner the other day.
Are you asking him about that story?
It was real stupid.
Tell me about
Stall it.
So how'd that go down?
And so, at this point, Storm will come back around the corner, and he'll be like, sis, come on!
Headbutt them all.
Headbutts him all and runs.
Use your superior fighting skills.
My superior fighting skills. And headbutts.
And drag them all back in.
And so they're just like these are just like normal guys, and so like this, they've got like riot gear and stuff on, but they don't have like they're not like armed to the teeth like the SWAT guys outside. But I suppose they still do have the electric. Yeah, go ahead and so they're gonna look at him, and then they're gonna look at you, and then they're gonna draw their electric batons, and then they're gonna start trying to beat you down.
Danger.
That car was Jasmine. That was Jasmine that drove by that we thought was Dylan. She goes, I was just trying to show my love for you. Now everyone thinks I'm some creeper.
Aww. So what would that be?
Directly engaged threat. If you would like to directly engage the threat.
Yeah. Oh, please, Bert, please. Oh, yeah. 10.
Okay. So so you can do however many of those things that it says you get to do.
2. So I guess, resist or avoid their blows if they try to capture you, and they create an opportunity for us to escape.
Okay, yeah. So so with your superior fighting skills, you start like just like flipping out and like punching and fighting and stuff.
Takes for
You take the you can see that more guards are running towards the door, and you take one of the electric batons, you jam it into the door switch, and the doors start to close. And giving you guys an opportunity to continue on further into the complex.
Okay.
As you run to meet up with Storm, Storm's like, that was freaking awesome, and he's still got his handcuffs on, and he's like
What
running
who
down.
caused that?
He's like running down the hallway. He's like, sorry, I got impatient.
Who caused all that? And you're still in handcuffs. I'm not touching those.
He says, look, I can get out of these anytime I want.
Okay.
You don't want to?
Waiting.
I don't want to. And he's gonna continue. He's gonna continue running down the hall. He's like, all right, we need to find a computer with a mainframe so we can hack it and get some blueprints.
Running by multiple
He
maps.
says, of course, I don't really know how we're gonna do that because, well, to be honest, the Technopath clone blew up in the helicopter.
Yeah.
So I hope your computer skills are not rusty.
Yeah.
And as a guard comes around the corner, he high kicks him and just drops him immediately to the floor.
You can do that.
I think I need to detain him.
Meanwhile, the rest of you.
Bye. Okay, so how do we get out of here?
We got one more person we need to get first.
Find Storm.
Listen, you're gonna explain all this.
I didn't forget about you.
Thrash. Let's check back with Thrash. Thrash, you're actually you're being led to an elevator, and you're like in the presence of these two guards, and that elevator's gonna take you up to a ground level. You're going to come out of the elevator into a corridor, and just as the guard in front of you steps out of the elevator, this foot is going to come down on his head and like crush him to the ground. He's going to try to get back up, and then another kick is going to swiftly come up and kick him. You're going to look in front of you, and you're going to see this vested man with fur around the collar and no shirt on, handcuffed with a pair of fuzzy handcuffs and like frosted blue tips and makeup. You recognize him as Storm. He recognizes you too, and he says, "Hey,
Hey, what are you doing here?
He says, "What was your name again? Cold Heart."
Yeah.
Cold Heart, check it out.
Or Cold Blood or something.
Cold Blood, check it out.
Thrash!
Uh-oh. Barely recognized you.
The guard behind you is going to pull out his lightning baton and try to
I'm gonna try to kick my leg up and low.
Unfortunately, you don't have superior fighting skills.
Can do
right?
that, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. However, you do if you would like to try to defend him.
Yeah, I'm trying to defend him.
Yeah. Also, you
Save
may not recognize him at first because he looks completely normal.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Well, Storm knows. Storm knows who I am.
He knows exactly what you look like. Yeah. Because he had to clone you. So.
This don't seem right.
Yeah, I guess I'll try to defend him.
Yeah, it's safe.
But first, like, what's that moment like when you see him as a normal person for the first time?
Who the fuck's that?
Yeah, and he actually looks pretty good. Like he just looks like normal. He's like kind of goofy, but like in a handsome kind of way.
He's Beast Boy.
Big bright slick hair.
It's your type. Plot twist.
Oh god. However, the look on his face is kind of this like deadpan kind of look, and he doesn't. He probably doesn't really show a lot of emotion when he sees you.
It is your type.
My emotions are gone.
God. I guess I'll defend him even though I don't know who he is.
Right.
Do you like pandas?
Well.
Storm also.
Storm told you, yeah.
Shit.
Nice.
That's Saber, yeah.
Yeah, so 6.
Oh damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, so 6. So you
What happens if she gets a 7?
huh?
Oh yeah, we do have a
Oh,
team
yeah.
to the pool.
I can do something like to distract them.
On a 7 to 9, it costs you expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation. So do we want to spend a team or add a team to? Or
Yeah, I can do something that don't like distract.
Step on his foot or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
After that, we'd be down to 1.
Okay.
Because
So it would make it a 7, but it would cost her expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation.
Okay. Yeah. So you'll step on his foot, and then she'll step forward with her fighting skills, and she'll stop the blow from hitting you, but she's gonna grab it with her hand. Take a powerful blow. So roll your dice.
So 6.
6.
Yeah.
6 is good, right?
if you add the +1, yeah. Or
Wait.
what are you taking a power blow? That's
Well,
good.
It's backwards, yeah.
You get nothing.
6.
That's it. I don't get nothing.
On a miss, you
Oh.
stand strong, mark potential like normal, and you
So how weather the blow.
weather the blow. Yeah.
Yeah, so you basically just grab the staff, and it's like shocking the shit at you, but you don't even react to it. You just look at the dude through his visor. He's gonna let go of the staff. And he's gonna back up into the elevator. He's like click, click, and then the elevator door is gonna close.
Got that to worry about.
He says he looks at you and he says, "Yeah, sorry, she's on our side now. Oh, sorry, she's on our side now."
Yeah.
Isn't that why we're all here?
And he says, "What's that supposed to mean?"
Oh god,
We're
you're
all on
switching
your
sides
side
too.
He says, "Wait, you're joining the villain side too?"
Yeah. Why do you think we're
Dude,
here?
at this rate, I won't even have to clone anybody.
Why do you think we're here?
And he's like, this is just getting better and better. Think of that. I'm going to be the leader of the most primo supervillain team of the city.
Well, we definitely need to get to the director's room.
What's it called?
And he's like, that's where we're trying to get to.
Yeah, so we can get our powers.
He says, man. He says, if only our powers worked in here, right?
That's why we need to get to the director's room.
Oh, it's like a chicken egg kind of situation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need our powers to find the director's room. Well, I guess we could just ask.
Who are we gonna ask?
Well, and she's like dressed up as like a riot guard.
Oh, yeah.
I could ask the guy the
Oh,
elevator.
wait. Do I not even recognize her? I just see a riot guard like attacking.
No, visor down. Maybe
Probably
visor
visor
down.
up.
Or maybe visor down at first, and then
Yeah.
you're like a little
Yeah.
caught off guard, and then
Yeah.
visor up. Like.
When she goes, wait, it's
Please
you.
don't attack me.
I'm good.
Bad.
Bad.
I'm here.
Maybe
I'm
I
here
should
for
blend
you.
Is
in
that why
too.
she has a cool little lightning baton as well?
Maybe, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's incorporated with her.
Ooh.
Oh no, she smashed it into the door.
Oh,
But she
that's
just
right.
took the one from the guy, though.
Yeah, we just took
Yeah,
that
yeah, she
two
just
other
took
guys,
one.
right?
Yeah.
One other guy.
Okay.
I mean.
So you're up
It's
to
just
one.
kind of incorporated with her fighting style. So.
So can I steal one of these the other guys? I guess gear. It's knocked out.
Yeah.
Just
And, like,
finish
wear
As
it
soon
out.
as you leave that field, though.
And I'll grab the other baton.
All right. And
That's true. I'm waiting until he gets out. Feel.
Fun.
You're gonna see Storm running in too, right? We're at Shield members.
so meanwhile, Cygnus is leading the other two of you down the hallway. She says,
3, right?
Huh?
Plus Red Wing.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Down the hallway, and she says, if we're gonna get out of here, we're gonna need our powers. She says, the only way we can get our powers back is if we shut off the anti-power field.
How do we know we can trust you?
She got us out.
She says, doesn't really matter if you can or not.
I think we can trust her. Everybody just goes to look at me.
I mean, as far
What
as
do you know?
as far as Xerox knows, I mean, last time she met with her, she was fighting.
Well, didn't I tell all the girls of my parents?
You didn't
You
say
told
who
the
the
ones
mom
that
is.
sleep
Oh, I didn't say who the
You
mom
said who
was.
the dad is.
Oh yeah.
That is true.
Because you didn't know who the mom was yet.
And I don't think you ever told
But perhaps you're
told-
right. At this point,
because
we
he
have
was
to work
gone.
together.
Remember he didn't stay at the
For now.
summer party.
It's in our best interest.
She eventually told me.
God, she's like, she's
Yeah,
just like,
everyone
"Ugh,
knows.
that kind of shit's exactly why I left the hero side in the first place.
No, you left because the likes weren't good.
And and she kind of like glares at you. She's like, well, maybe you can find your own way to the director's office then.
Oh my
I'm
god.
saying if you somehow shut this field down, don't you think you're going to be the most trending thing in the world?
She's like, only if we make it out alive.
Show me the way.
That's
to the
enough
field.
talk. Let's get to the director.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Show me the way to the field.
Stop fighting!
I won't let you die. Can I truck talk her out?
And she'll storm down the hallway.
I'll apologize later.
So
Do we eventually run into each other?
no. You and Storm and you guys kind of break your way into this like it's like a security room.
Mm-hmm.
It's got like cameras and stuff up all over the place. The next scene is just the door flying open and this guard like flying through the door and landing in a chair. Storm's gonna like pop through and he's still handcuffed and he takes up the center position and you two kind of fall in behind him and
Your brother's a badass.
Hold it.
Don't tell me that.
I just still handcuffed. I get out of
He says, so what's it gonna be, Pops? You gonna show us the way to the director's office? Or are we gonna have to start cutting off fingers?
No one's in
And
there.
he looks all crazy at him. With his crazy eyes. And you know what the crazy eyes are because he explained that to you on the way in. He's like, if you're gonna be a villain, you gotta have crazy eyes.
Gotta be crazy. Gotta be a maniac.
Remember, don't be predictable.
Do you try to do the crazy eyes? You like lift up your to make some weird.
This other advisor just started practicing.
She's doing the Undertaker thing. Like.
Wait,
So
cutting
what's
off
this guy do?
fingers.
Huh?
Cutting off fingers? How's he gonna cut off fingers?
We'll figure out our way.
I'm picturing that scene
See,
from
this
Batman.
guy gets what I'm talking about. And then the guy says, "Don't cut off my fingers! Don't cut off my fingers!" And he's going to, he's just gonna like kick him out of the chair, and he's gonna say, "Work this thing! Show us where the director's office is." And the guy will start like typing on the keyboard. He'll turn to you and he'll start lecturing you. He's like, "Now you want to make sure we threaten them with physical harm first. Mind games are for losers. Okay?
Okay.
All right."
So that doesn't work at all.
Never. Never does. Never works.
Not a single.
Totally not being
And then the
deceived right
alarms
now.
start going off.
Wow, what the?
Wow, Storm.
So he
Great.
didn't get the blueprints. He just set off the alarm. What an asshole.
What do you guys do?
Should we knock him out? Try to figure it out ourselves, I guess, real fast.
That'd be crazy unpredictable.
What to do now, Storm?
What do you guys do?
Is there a way to turn it off?
There could be. The guard might know.
How do you turn this freaking thing off? I thought you didn't want to lose any fingers.
He says, please, it trips automatically.
For what?
Automatically.
Why? How?
He says, I don't know.
Cut it off.
Just don't cut it. Just
Cut
don't
it
my fingers
off.
off.
I start grabbing one of his fingers. Cut it off.
And Storm's like, wow, he's like really getting into this.
It's
actually kinda weird.
You're about to talk.
Well, yeah, you just threaten to cut off their fingers. You don't actually cut off their fingers. That's like something a monster would do.
If y'all keep it,
Keep it up. I'm gonna beat you with the time.
Are you gonna cut it off or what?
He says, go on, sis, give him the crazy eyes.
No.
just hold the taser near his face and like stare at him intensely.
I guess I turn on the taser, flip my visor off, give him the crazy eyes. I'm like, motherfucker, you turn that alarm off now.
I don't even have shit to roll. So you get the crazy eyes. He goes,
not the crazy eyes.
He goes, boop, and he shuts it off. This little thing comes over the walkie. He says, you guys okay down there in Sector 7? He's like, yeah, we're fine.
Oh, power back on.
Now find us the way in.
And he starts like typing one-handed on the machine. The blueprints will pop up. And he says, director's office is at the top.
Cool.
Knock him out.
And then I tase him.
He says, oh, you just tased him?
Yeah. I don't get a chance to speak.
No.
Thank you.
Looks like you guys are taking the stairs. So, meanwhile, up top, the very tip top of the building, you guys come into the director's waiting room, and then the director's lounge, and then you're shown through the director's observation deck. Finally, you approach the director's office door. Cygna says, "That's where the office is."
Director's door.
Is it operating hours?
Yes, every hour is operating hours.
Is there anybody in there?
Every hour is like.
No, actually, all these places have been completely barren of people. Like the entire way up, like you have seen not a soul, not a guard, not
They must
a
be going with the
secretary,
helicopter.
not anybody.
The helicopter crash outside.
So this
The
is
way
where
this
we
done.
turn off the anti-magic field.
Is there a keypad or anything, or is it just the door?
It's just a door.
After you sing this.
Yeah, she'll open it with she'll open both doors and like pull them open and then stride into the room, like the star she
Making
is.
an entrance,
Like
yeah.
the star she is.
Hot.
Who follows?
We all know. I'll follow.
Okay.
Instantly.
So you step into the room. The office is huge, and there's like a big like cherry oak desk sitting in the center of the office. There's like a water feature on one side. There's like the whole thing is like surrounded by, the whole office has like windows around it, and sure enough, the man with the horn-rimmed glasses is sitting at his desk, leaning back in his chair. He says, "It was only a matter of time, I suppose. But now that we're all here, perhaps we should be asking ourselves the true question. What is good in this world?"
Oh my god! The Force. No, I'm kidding.
He says,
Haven't even turned the powers back on yet.
What isn't good is a whole elimination of a species.
You're wasting your breath on this guy. Species.
I want to kill him.
How about we start with what's good for
You
you?
are the reason. You are the reason that the world sucks. There's no transition period. It's not gonna get better. If it didn't get better within a year, it's not gonna get better after 18 years.
Oh, I'm
either.
sorry. Did you have something you wanted to share with the class?
Yeah. What?
He's the cause of the end of the world.
I look at him. Look, let's not talk about what's good for everyone. Let's talk about what's good for you right now, and that's listening to us.
He says, "Oh, go on. I'm very keen and eager to listen." And at that moment, Frozen, Storm, and Thrash show up.
I didn't forget.
No, you.
Oh, great. More guards to tase me again.
Yeah, I'm completely perplexed. I don't even recognize this guy.
Well, we're in the right ship
Short
here.
fuzzy handcuffs.
You can't see her face.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what?
So I'm keen to hear what you have to say.
Either you turn them back on, or we're going to break you till you do turn them back on.
Turn what back on?
Our powers.
Oh, well, let me just flip the little switch here on my desk. And he kind of laughs.
I'm gonna murder this guy.
Same.
He says,
What if I feel like you could fight
Can
better
I-
than me?
Can I assess the situation?
Sure.
And can I use my Harbinger move, which is what does the future know about this moment
Yeah,
as well?
sure.
So I get to ask that even on a miss.
Mhm.
And if I want to ask those questions as well, I'll ask them. What is that? Superior?
Yeah.
So I got 8. So I can ask one question and also what does the future know about this moment? Let's look here. I'm going to ask, what here can I use to turn our powers back on?
You're looking around. There does not seem to be like some machine or gizmo or something in the room.
Nothing obvious.
And then, what does the future know about this moment?
So you're looking around frantically for the machine, and then just like another flash of memory. You remember seeing the horn-rimmed glasses man, the man with the horn-rimmed glasses, walk into a room of superheroes, or resistance fighters as they're called in your time, and just every single power in the room stopping.
Oh, so he is the power.
And then you turn back to him and you're like, he is stopping the powers.
Does he have powers?
And he kind of leans back in his chair and smugly he says, you're remembering.
I fucking...
In fairness, I don't have powers, so that just it's really good.
So is it a power he has?
He says,
Then you're not any better than us!
I know you must think that I'm hypocritical, but really my power suits me. Don't you think? My hate for superhumans and my ability to take away that which they rely on so much.
This guy is not even hypocritical. He's just retarded.
I have like an eye twitch going on.
He's got your hate for superhumans. You are a superhuman. Does that mean you do not hate you hate yourself then, correct?
He says, well, I mean, I'm a superhuman that stops other superhumans from being superhuman, so really I think my power is the only good one.
Of course you would. It's yours.
And then this voice rings out and says, Vincent.
Great.
Yeah, and it has no effect on this guy, does it? Great.
And Dominus will appear in the room. Just kind of stride into the room.
I assume the battle stance.
Uh-huh.
What is your battle stance?
I know Kung Fu, so something.
So you're like in the crane
Yeah. Break out the...
Dominus says, look, most of the people in this room have a part to play in fulfilling the future. If you don't play your part, then you are of no use to us.
Isn't that funny?
We can't play a part in a prison cell.
You know that, right?
Yeah, I think that's why they let
That's
you
why
go.
they let me go.
And Cygnus steps to the side and she says, and I've played my part by bringing you here.
Wow, she did.
Never trust a
I
woman.
told you not to trust the bitch.
Well done, Cygnus. And Dominus nods.
Your mom's a bitch.
You're the one that sleeps with her.
I don't know that.
Oh, 8.
I ate it. Well, I got none.
So will you play your part, or will you not?
What is our parts? Looks at you.
Am I supposed to tell them their parts? Why are you looking at me? What's going on?
What do you remember?
I remember that Thrash is a monster.
Of course, that's the first thing you remember.
Oh, now she remembers you.
I remember. Malice is up. Hold on. No, I guess it's not really true. I know Storm is a martyr. I know Malice is a traitor. Vincent Van McMahon is a builder. Carbine is a leader. And Cygnus is my mom, and Red Wing is my dad.
Do you actually say this out loud?
Yes.
Cygnus looks at you and she's like,
I know this situation got more awkward.
well. So it's all out in the open now.
I need a glass of water.
So as Dominus said, you can either play ball or you can get off the field.
What do you mean?
Well, the monster needs to be a monster. Malice needs to be a traitor. And the rest of you...
Ew, this is
Parents.
the worst way to matchmake ever.
Oh, you're supposed to be a villain in the future. Forgot about that. You're a
I-
cool person in the future.
I am a villain.
Yeah. She's a villain already. Sorry. Yeah, I'm like, you're supposed to be a villain in the future. Storm's
cool.
like, what?
I've already turned to the villain side. Cold-hearted now.
He says, Dominus says, these memories that you've been having, these flashes of insight, they're more part of a plan.
Uh-huh. And with due time, everything falls into place.
And he says, exactly. Trying to disrupt that could have effects that I would not like on my own future.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna happen anymore.
Well, she's still here, so it might.
Yeah, I'm not gone now. If anything happened, I'd be like, whoop, gone. If any of you two, I guess, died now or just did something, I would be, boop, gone.
Her character, she turns lesbian. Plot twist.
So what do you guys do? So the elements in the room are Dominus is here. The man who is stopping your powers from working, the superpowers from working, is here. And you guys are here as a team. You've come together. And Storm is still in handcuffs.
+1 to the pool.
Would someone like to assess the situation?
Me.
Okay.
I get a bonus. I get to
I
use.
kind of want to slap Cygnus. You
I get-
righteous bitch!
I get to use my mentor's main thing and automatically get where is it? I get to add one additional question. 10.
Okay. So 4 questions.
Who here is most vulnerable to me?
Most vulnerable?
Yeah.
Like emotionally or physically?
Both.
Emotionally, me.
Emotionally, your daughter. Physically, you think that even though his power is to stop powers, Vincent is still probably the most physically vulnerable person in the room.
What here can I use to fix our problem?
So the problem is that you don't have powers. Knocking Vincent out would probably be a good way to stop that.
Okay.
Run at him like a ram.
Crazy eyes.
They like bulge out.
Can I answer my own question on the next one?
What?
How can we best end this quickly? And I just look at their tasers.
Again, all signs point to Vincent.
Yeah, can I just grab one of their tasers and like lunge for him?
So that would be
Do we engage with that?
Do we wait for Dominus to leave?
He ain't leaving.
So that would be a directly engaged threat. So the threat is not coming from Vincent so much as it's coming from Dominus,
Right.
whose powers
Still works.
still work. However, as part of peripheral moves, when you enter battle against a dangerous foe as a team, you add 2 teams to the pool.
So 2
If
plus
the leader has influence over every teammate, add another.
There's 3 on top of the 1.
plus my 1.
If everyone has the same purpose in the fight, add another team.
Living.
If your team is ill prepared or off balance, remove a team. I'd say that without your powers, that is true.
So 4.
And then if any team member mistrusts the leader of the team, remove a team.
Which one of you sons of bitches?
No, I don't mistrust him. I'm just.
You don't trust the situation? I'm just going to do this.
Question.
I'm just going to take one away. You don't trust me. She don't trust me.
All right. So the leader will rush forward and try to
take the taser to him.
Okay.
Roll good. Fuck.
We still have teams to the pool.
6. So if one of y'all
Hold on.
want to help, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, hold on. I'll do something. I'll how big is this desk?
The desk is huge.
What are you going for, Vincent? Or what?
Like the size of this.
Are you going for
Is
Vincent?
there anything I can like throw or like a chair I can just like?
Well,
throw
basically,
it down
so he's running towards Vincent. Vincent is like unafraid, and Dominus is basically like noticing him and tracking him, and he's raising his hand. Dominus is kind of like Dr. Manhattan. He's just
Oh, that's creepy.
fucking powerful, and so he's going to
Hit his hand.
Can I don't know. Could I jump on him?
Whoa.
Something.
Whoa.
Something to prevent him or distract him from boy.
Okay, so you also start moving towards Vincent.
That to add a team to his pool.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to add the other two?
I'll start going since I have the other. I'll say I have the other baton thing.
Okay. So you guys sort of fan out.
Yeah, I just start pulling Cygnus's hair.
You bitch!
Yeah.
Stop
An
scratching her
inner
face.
monster.
So you can look over. Would you like to pierce the mask?
Yeah,
On
dude.
Cygnus?
How do you have it in you?
Hi everyone, except Elvis, no one likes you. JK.
Who said that?
Lizzie Swisher.
Love you too, Swizzy.
Swizzy?
Swizzy.
Swizzy.
7.
How come you didn't pop up there?
Oh, I don't know.
It's
So,
on his face.
so you can ask 3 questions
doesn't have
of Cygnus.
I don't know. That is weird.
Yeah, it's on the Facebook thing.
What do you want me to do?
Get off me.
She says, do I want you? She's like, what do I want you to do?
Yeah, what do you want me to do?
She said, she looks and she says, well, even though I brought you guys here and put you in this situation, I really don't want to see Redwing die. So if you could save him, that would be nice.
How can I get your character to stand down?
Stand down? She's like, look, I've done my part. I'm down.
What are you really planning?
She says, I just want to be famous.
I love that line.
my rage subsides a little bit. And I will stand down.
Okay. So you have what, 7, 8 now? So
Yeah.
Dominus starts tracking you, and then you start running towards him. He starts tracking you as well, and then he starts tracking you as well, and he gets kind of, you guys kind of do this like weave pattern that gets him like kind of discombobulated. So what will you do? You get to choose one of those things from the directly engaged threat list.
Take something from them.
Oh, okay. Take his power.
His life!
Whoa! Do it! I don't stop tasting.
So yeah, you come down and you shock him, and he passes out in his chair. You're standing on the desk, and you turn back to the rest of your friends. All of you, with like a surge of vitality, feel your powers seeping back into you.
Does my right shoe gear just like bust off?
Yeah, you just
Pop.
bust out like the Hulk, yeah, and you're standing there in your true form.
I look at Storm immediately. Your turn. Because he thinks he's the leader. I look at Storm and say, your turn, because he thinks he's the leader.
He goes, crazy eyes! And he jumps forward and tries to kick Dominus. Dominus just like catches his foot and like flings him aside.
Oh, jeez.
Out the window. And
Good time to bring out those handcuffs.
I try to catch Storm before he's thrown out the window.
Huh?
I try to catch Storm.
Why?
Before he's thrown out the window.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Yeah,
Because
why?
he saved me earlier.
Aww.
Is that something you care about?
It's just a return of the favor.
Interesting.
And I kind of like working with him.
Interesting.
Aww. He's
So
my
yeah,
friend.
so you'll catch him. He's like, whoa there, big boy. Watch those fingers.
Ooh.
Just pull him back in.
Yeah, you should have
And
chucked
push
him
him
out
away.
the window.
And Dominus will begin to float off the floor. He will say, he will glare at Infinity and say, "You are intent on disrupting the future.
Damn right I am.
You cannot live." And he will raise his hand at you.
Oh,
and
shit.
the stuff on the path towards you, like there's like a chair in the way, it will begin to like disassemble and then disintegrate. And then that's coming right at you.
Can I roll a defend somehow?
Huh?
Can I roll a defend?
Yes.
Somehow?
Although you may not have any devices to defend with.
I can defend with myself.
Okay.
Chuck yourself back.
I mean, daughter.
You realize if you die, she won't exist either.
I don't have to witness it. Okay. Kind of want to do like the whole move, like what?
Nothing.
The Dallas game.
Yeah.
I want to like
He's winning.
kind of like move the arm kind of thing, like make him shoot it a different direction kind of thing. Plus savior.
So what will that do? Defend?
Yeah.
Roll savior?
Thank goodness I'm good at that.
I got that from my paw.
Thank you. 11.
11, yeah. So you keep them safe and choose one. Add a team to the pool, take influence over the one you protect, or clear a condition.
You have a lot of conditions, don't you?
Yep.
Probably clear one.
Yeah, I'm gonna clear a condition.
Maybe you don't feel hopeless anymore. Or what are you getting rid of?
Insecure.
What? How does that fit narratively?
Cause I defended you.
I mean, like, how does that play?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that's why, because like I was insecure because I felt like I let all of you down.
Okay,
by
so
getting
now
caught.
you're okay.
Which means next time I roll that, I don't have to sweat so much.
And then Dominus will begin to move forward. This destructive wave growing outward from him, and
Bye, Vincent. Is it just...
well, it's not going to eat him as well. It's just going to be this like small globe, and as it's disincorporating like things around the room, it's like reforming into like little statues of him that start flying across the.
He is
flying
so
across
fucking
the room.
conceited.
One's going to go at
Xerox.
I'm going to absorb the kinetic energy
Okay.
and redirect it
Okay.
I didn't even see it.
with superhuman strength out of pure fear of the threat that Vincent made towards my family and rush towards him and try to stab his neck.
Oh, you're gonna try to kill him?
Mm.
Oh.
That's
who's the real monster now?
Oh gosh.
Uh.
Are you sure you're right about that badass?
Do it.
Damn.
Yeah, if you commit a murder, I don't think you're allowed to, because you're a hero.
I'm also a human.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to. Like, within the context of the game. Like,
Okay,
it's
okay.
just, like, that's just kind of, like, you don't die and you don't kill.
Okay.
Like, that would not be a heroic thing.
But we can capture him, take him back to the base, lock him up in a cell. We might not be able to use our powers, but
I
it's
will
locked
redirect
away.
it towards
Dominus.
Dominus.
Okay,
Does
so,
anyone agree with
make
that, or is
a,
that
make
just,
a
like,
directly
talk
engaged
to
threat.
people?
Wouldn't that be unleashed powers?
I think
Huh?
so.
Wouldn't that be unleashed powers?
Yeah, we're in a cell, we wouldn't have to
Well,
use
there's
our
a
powers.
threat coming at you, and you are
Oh, okay.
like trading blows.
I hope they field is.
Is there a way we can send him back to the future?
So,
This is what it is. Do
7.
you like it? Do you like it?
What's the idea?
Isn't it
7
great? Look at how old and ugly you are. You're ugly.
I will create an opportunity for my allies.
Okay, so you'll push the thing. You'll stop it with the kinetic energy. You'll absorb it and throw it back at him. You'll like hit him in the face and like mar his vision for a moment. And Frozen, this will give you the perfect opportunity to come in and get a hit.
I just want a giant ice wall just to crush him
Okay.
against the wall.
Yeah, so you'll drop this giant ice ball on him as well. What did you want it to do?
Just to contain him and capture him.
Okay, so you're gonna try to capture him.
Quickly engage.
Yeah, directly engage threat.
11.
Okay, and so you can pick 2 from the list. If you wanted to take away his mobility, you could. That would be your take away something from them with the ice ball. Did you also want to do something else?
I guess impress or surprise him. Just to show off a little bit.
Okay, so even through the giant ice ball, you can see his eyebrow like and he will be somewhat impressed.
Ooh.
And but you can already tell that the ice ball, like the ice, is cracking. What the rest of you do?
Storm lightning.
Yeah, can't we do what we did before where you froze him before and then he melted into a bunch of little ice cubes and then... No, he just got back good, didn't he?
Yeah, we just got the
Shit.
sun with the pieces.
What do you guys think about grabbing Vincent? He might, take
Just
our
run.
powers away, but if we put him in a cell, he can't get out, correct?
Maybe we can find a
Unless,
cell that
you
takes
know,
away his
He
powers.
gets him out.
Maybe we can find some way to take away his powers.
Maybe.
Oh god, we're finding the cure like an X-Men.
So,
This didn't work
do
out.
you guys think that's a good idea to take him, or do you just want to escape?
We should probably take him. I don't know. I feel like he's gonna get out.
I know.
He knows where our base is.
He does
They know
know
where
our
everything
bases,
is.
But you know
We-
where a bunch of
we need to find a new
weapon
base.
caches are, don't you? You
I
know,
can
like a
keep
lot
them
of.
at my parents' house.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Will be rubies.
Look, Mom, I did a really good villainous act. I captured the guy of Aegis.
The main guy.
My trophy.
So is that?
I was there too, Mom.
We're gonna take him. I mean, we only came here for Red Wing.
It's really up to y'all. I just thought it would be a good idea.
I think it's a great idea.
I just feel like he's gonna get out.
Especially with this
Let's
guy.
take him. We'll find some way to contain him.
We're
We're definitely gonna have to find
That's
another
a
place.
plus.
So Thrash, what are you doing?
How many stories up are we?
Like all the way at the top. It's like 80 stories.
Good God.
I just want to hit this guy because how he treated me. Well, not Dominus, I guess, but he didn't really do nothing.
I'm about to put this taser into the ice.
Red Wing, did you want to do something?
I'm just gonna grab Vincent and run.
Okay, so
Let's
you'll
get
pick
outta
him
here.
up.
Let's pick him up by his shirt.
Yeah, the ice ball is like cracking and splintering.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it.
The
Dodge.
Huh?
So we're gonna get out of Dodge. I think all of us.
Well, we can go take one of their vehicles and get out.
so are you going like out of the office or out the window or like?
Oh yeah, are you jumping out the window?
I guess I could jump out the window.
Jesus Christ.
Superhero.
So regardless, the ice ball is just going to shatter and ice is going to go flying in fragments across the room. It's like an ice shrapnel grenade, and everybody's in danger. So what does everybody do?
At that point, I just jump out the window.
Defend.
Defend.
I don't know. Can I defend the team or only one person?
I feel like
Because
depends
I'm
what you're trying to do.
trying to stop all the ice crystals with my telekinesis.
Oh yeah, like you did before.
Mhm.
You can unleash your powers.
Unleash my powers. What is
Yeah.
that, freak?
And I will help her.
Okay.
Or defend. Yeah, go ahead and defend what you saved your. Yeah.
Thank you. 12.
Okay. So you keep them safe. You manage to stop the crystals. What are the rest of you doing?
And I'm gonna also add a team to
Come
the
down
pool.
here.
So there's another team.
I'll bring up like a vine like next to the window, try to make it grow,
Okay.
so that we can all just slide down.
It's a long way for a vine to go. Unleash your
Okay.
powers.
All right.
Oh, you got it's your freak, right?
Get your freak on.
Jack of the Beanstalk.
6, 9.
9. So what does that do?
On a hit, you do it on a 7 through 9 marker condition, or the GM will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
All right.
So what would you like to do? If you mark a condition, it works. But if you have him be temporary or unstable, then it won't
It
last.
Or worse.
Or worse.
I'll just mark in condition.
Okay. Which condition do you mark?
How about this make me feel? I don't know. I
How's
guess
this whole situation?
I guess afraid.
Yeah, the situation's pretty desperate. So you're afraid, but the beanstalk grows,
Yeah.
and you can jump onto the beanstalk. You've stopped the ice. You're on the beanstalk. What's Red Wing doing?
Y'all coming down?
No, I
He's
need
gone.
to.
He's in the closet.
Oh!
No. What'd you do to her? Just what was said? I missed that part.
No. Either way.
All right. I don't want to just leave. I actually want to stop this guy, and that's the problem.
We have to go.
Yeah.
We can't
Yeah.
stop.
He's a little strong.
A little.
A little
We
strong.
did a better plan.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, and as you're like stuck in the moment and unsure of what to do, Dominus, you're gonna see Dominus, and he's going to like create like a razor of air. He's gonna send it out through the window, and it's gonna go past the beanstalk.
Pass us? What the hell did he do?
Like, as in through it?
No, like it goes past it, and then you see it come back around and go lower and hit the beanstalk midway through. as the beanstalk begins to tip over.
Looks like I'm taking the stairs.
And then he will fly out the window after Thrash.
I'm gonna jump off the beanstalk.
And onto where?
To the ground.
Onto the ground?
Yeah, I'm gonna change my, I guess my body, whatever. Turn it to like rubbery or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So it'll be a softer landing for me.
Alright. What about Vincent?
I'm just holding him.
You're pretty sure that he'll die if he hits the ground. Yeah, you'll be fine, but he'll die.
Damn.
Is there a way you could like roll defend and like do like a ball kind of thing around?
To defend?
I'll throw him back to the window.
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah, you could defend, possibly.
Oh, okay.
Of course, you have disastrous effects if you don't. But before we even get there, it's 80 stories worth of travel, and so Dominus is gonna like hover out the window, and he's just gonna kind of stand like.
Maybe I'll just like jump through like another window. Like,
okay, back into the building.
Yeah,
all right,
not the same window, but maybe like one a little bit lower.
All right, so when you do that, there's like a group of Aegis guys kind of already on the floor, and they're gonna start like moving towards you with their batons. One of them is gonna lunge towards you with his baton and try to shock you.
I'm going to
block him with Vincent.
Yeah, I'm gonna use him and like put him up like.
It won't kill him. I mean.
Do they care? Like he's in the way.
Like
I feel like they weren't trying to. They weren't trying to hit him.
Roll superior to provoke, because basically you're using him to try to make them stand.
8.
So what does 8 do?
He gets.
One of those choices.
They stumble, they err, or they overreact.
So he either gains a critical opportunity, he takes a +1 forward against them, or he gains a
they err and you gain a critical opportunity.
Yeah.
So they kind of like stop, and then you're able to like move through them with.
Yeah, I'll try to like run through them like a running back.
Dominus is still floating outside of the building. He's going to look back into the building.
Can I go out and confront him?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna do that as a distraction.
Okay.
I'm just gonna fly on out there and I'm gonna be like, "We have unfinished business, don't we?"
And he kind of like looks at you with this bored kind of look, and he raises his hand towards you, and you're gonna feel yourself begin to compress.
Is there a way I can stop that? Like, can I avoid that, or
you can directly engage the threat if you like.
Hey, don't roll well with that.
Or if someone likes, they can come out to defend you.
What I'm kind of.
I don't know if I can defend with my non-power having ass.
I'm still there, right?
Yeah, defend.
Can I try to defend her?
Yeah, what do you do?
It's just like throw a snowball and knock his hand out of the way.
Okay, roll defend.
How's
You
your
get
savior?
Save +1.
That's better than -1.
Well, doesn't help. It's a 5.
Mark potential.
No mark potential.
Okay, I guess I'll have to directly engage the
-1
threat
would
then.
be fun.
Okay.
What?
I said -1 would just be
What's
fun.
Molly doing?
That would be great. No.
Done?
Mark
What do you roll?
protection.
Ooh, take a powerful blow.
Take a pound.
Roll like shit.
Womp, womp, womp.
What'd I just say?
I give ground, struggle past the pain, lash out verbally. I will struggle past the pain and mark 2 conditions.
Alright, which conditions do you mark?
I'm gonna mark afraid and angry.
Yeah, and he says, and as he's like crushing you, he says, you were never a threat to my plan. Never truly. Your parents sent you back to die.
Since I'm struggling past the pain, does that mean I can fight out of it?
Well, we're gonna see what Molly's doing.
Okay.
I'm gonna dive out the window.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
What's with everyone jumping out windows?
so half the beanstalk's there, and then like another beanstalk is like falling over. Looks like it's heading towards like another building, and is like crashing into another building and like rip through it. And then as you jump out, you can see Dominus floating in the air and Infinity floating in the air. He's got Infinity in his grasp, and he's just kind of like boredly like crushing her. Or him? Is it him? Her?
Infinity is a girl.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kidding.
No.
There's a lot of characters.
Harper's a girl.
Huh?
Harper's a girl.
Wow.
You do look like her fun.
Damn. That's just rude.
No, I honestly thought Infinity was a boy.
What?
Girls
You got
That's
girls' night means nothing.
You have like all your mom's features but your dad's eyes.
So what does Molly do? She jumps out the window.
God. You're trying to negotiate with this woman, and now she's got you.
This
Dominus
Dominus
is
is
a-
a man.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You got everything
I'm
backwards.
trying to keep him distracted so they can get Vincent out.
But he's
I kind of
He's
got
watching.
this.
falling, and now that they're back in the building.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
back in the lower floor. You guys don't know that, I guess.
Well, we could probably
Honestly,
get
I think
the
you're
window.
dead. You just jump out the thing.
You've seen me do it before.
Still, every time I think you're dead.
Oh my god, I have so many good ideas.
Yeah.
Molly.
I fall. I just suicide right out the
You said he can't kill anyone, and then say something
I'm
like
gonna
can't
kill
kill
myself
himself.
then.
I will unleash my powers and absorb the kinetic energy from my fall to slow it.
I hope so.
Or 10 plus 3,
Good.
13.
So you went down to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you just jumped in.
I see you just like landing with one finger.
I mean, as I'm falling, I can't do anything else.
Okay, so you'll fall to the ground. The vine will then crash into the building across the street and begin ripping down the side of it. Who's next?
Yes, me.
Right wing.
Is Cygnus still standing there, doing nothing? Is Cygnus still there?
Doing nothing.
Yeah, she's standing there.
I
Her arms
just
crossed and her lip out like pouty.
still think you chose the right team as I like run out the door to go find my equipment.
She says, "Where are you going?"
I need stuff. I'm nothing without gear.
She says, "Well, what do you need?"
Oh.
I need my belt back.
She says, "Well, you want to go out there
Yeah.
with them?"
Somebody's got to help them.
She says, "Well, I might know a way."
I'm listening.
And then she gives this like banshee like scream, and her hair like comes out like you remember it, like all like pale and shit, and her spectral wings begin to take shape behind her.
You got my attention.
And then the next scene is like is her and him like flying out the window, and she's got you in her arms.
Oh.
In your mind, exactly how I remember my parents.
Dude, that's like your combo move. Like, you guys, like, swoop down, she swoops down and, like, drops you, and you do, like, some cool kung fu shit, and then she lands next to you, and you guys do, like, your Saiyaman pose.
So now that you have the mobility,
I need. Take me to the gear.
Huh?
Take me whatever floor it is. The gear is, I guess.
that what?
Where my belt is, or something to do to help.
Oh, she thought you wanted to just fly out there and like fight.
Oh, I mean, I can do that too.
Weapons. I mean,
Huh?
all you have are your fists, right? But how... You can use your fists, right?
Since my danger went down, not really.
You got the one thing, don't you, still?
The taser.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Why don't you just screech at him?
Because you're right underneath them.
Valid. Yeah, let's just go straight at him, and I'll try to
That's
tase
how
him.
she does a scream like that during sex.
What do you do?
I'm gonna directly engage.
Okay.
Go with taser 2.
So you just okay, and he'll turn to you as well, and he will he will start shattering the glass behind you and forming this razor whirlwind.
Just still a note from your brother, huh?
Where's he at?
Yeah, what's Storm doing?
Still trying to get out of the handcuffs.
So Storm is we'll figure that out right after he does what he does.
Nice.
-1 though, so 11.
I mean, still above 10 plus. So pick 2, resist or avoid their blows, take something from them. Can you take his consciousness from him, please?
I'll say, is there a way I can take his concentration off trying to smother her?
Or just make him pass out.
Yeah. You think that if you can, maybe swoop down and maybe bring the glass wind redirect it sort of towards him. You think maybe that would give him enough pause to forget about her for a second, which you can do since you rolled it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that, and I can kind of mix that in with resist the blow kind of thing.
Okay.
Because I ain't really worried about impressing him at this point.
Alright, yeah. So she'll you'll have her fly around. The glass whirlwind is following you, and you'll bring it right back towards him, and he'll he will drop his crushing blow on you. What would you like to do?
You feel impressed.
Did I impress
The
him?
vine already fell. I was gonna try
That's a good
and
question.
stop that from happening. Is it still crashing? Can I or is it just completely flat now?
It's still crashing down the building.
Could I
the side of the building.
stop it with my telekinesis?
Yeah.
Why would you want to stop?
Roll defend.
Fuck this place.
Rude!
No, it's another building. It's not this building. It's another building. Yeah.
Wait, how close is this place to other buildings?
Close enough.
Like right now?
Close enough.
I got
It is
10.
so tall. It's
Like we didn't know where it was, but it's right down the street.
So I will
Please.
also clear a condition. I don't feel afraid anymore because I'm helping save people. Or let's do hopeless.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like they're within the same category, but we'll just get rid of that.
Right, and so you'll defend and you'll use your telekinetic strike to pull the vine back up.
Can I pull it and fling it at him?
Yeah. Now that you've got control of it, you can totally use it on your next turn to fling it. Yeah. Frozen, what are you doing?
What's Storm doing?
He's kind of bored. He's like, I didn't sign up for all this hero shit. He's like, you're telling me the leader of Aegis this whole time was a bad guy?
No, he's a good
No,
guy.
he's-
Plot twist that makes
He's
you
a
a good guy.
hero. We're fighting him. We're villains. And we're winning.
He's like, what was all that evil plan stuff? Classic monologue. Classic evil guy monologue.
Wouldn't you want to be the one in charge?
Don't you want to be the opposite of what Aegis is?
Wouldn't you want to be in charge instead of them? Wouldn't you?
Would
wanna
you rather be the
one
leader
in
instead of him?
He's like, corporate's not really my style.
As you can tell by the crazy.
He says, so I guess this means you're good again, right?
No, I've taken the throw out the window.
Throw him out the window?
Yeah.
Alright.
Still in handcuffs.
Huh?
He's still in handcuffs.
Yeah, and he'll be like, whoa! And then this Zephyr will come and whisk him away.
This motherfucker just left us.
As expected of him.
Fair.
Molly Murphy, you land on the ground. Now where the vine hit, there's chunks of rubble coming down on the street, and there's people are scattering and running, but there's some people who are not fast enough, they've fallen over. And you've landed on the road, you've stopped traffic, and you've absorbed the impact, and so you have all this strength pent up.
Yeah, I will defend the civilians.
Okay.
What is that again? Savior. Oh, nice. Thank you. Yeah. 10.
Okay, so you rush forward and you use your strength to like punching out blocks of chunks of like cement and stuff out of the sky, and it creates this kind of like powder and these like smaller bits kind of like hit the ground, but the people are able to escape unharmed.
Safety.
Yeah. Now, did you want to what did you want to do with that? Did you want to add a team to the pool, take influence over someone you protect, or clear a condition?
I will add an influence to the pool.
Okay. Add a team to the pool.
Add a team to the pool.
All right. And Thrash, back to Thrash.
Yeah, I guess I'm surrounded.
No, you've navigated your way through these guys. Now you're basically like heading. Do you want to take the stairs, the elevator, or the window? There's now that you're down here, there's still like
how many floors did I go?
There's still now there's like beanstalk that goes down.
There's still more?
Mm-hmm.
I'll jump back out.
Okay.
Then the beanstalk.
Alright. So sliding down.
Yep.
Alright. As you do that, the Aegis helicopters have now come out and they're kind of like circling the beanstalk. They've got their machine gun turrets out. They're like at the beanstalk, and so it's like kind of being peppered with gunfire.
How high am I up?
You're probably still like 60 stories up. So but as they're doing this, what are you doing?
I'll throw Vincent like on my shoulders, and then I'll try to like get my other form to come out so I can grow.
Okay.
Yeah.
To
be the monster.
Unleash your powers.
Yeah. 10.
So you grow to this giant monster.
Oh god.
You are the giant of the beanstalk.
Cool.
You're up there with Dominus, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're up there with Dominus. And you can hear Dominus, he kind of looks over at the enlarging monster and he says, "Yes, embrace your destiny, monster."
Kind of embracing my destiny.
And then he's going to sort of focus in on you, and you're going to begin to feel this like sensation in your head, this voice coming through, this dominating voice. What do you do about that?
Do it.
Try to fight it off.
Okay. Directly engage threat.
What was that? Danger. 10.
Okay. Yeah. So you get to choose 2 of those.
I guess I'll resist resist it or whatever.
Okay.
Would that count as like not listening to him? He's flying in the air, right?
Yeah.
Can I like take his flight from him, like smack him down?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll do that. Like +1.
Okay. Yeah. So you
With my
fly
hand.
swat him down. So Infinite, you're hovering there too, and then you just see his big hand just like and he goes flying down towards the ground. Red Wing, what do you do?
Quick question. Where's Vincent?
On my shoulders.
Infinity and Vincent, what do you guys do?
Vincent?
Vincent?
He's back awake.
Vincent's awake?
No.
Okay, I was
Red Wing.
like, do you have something you want to tell us, Red Wing?
You really Vincent? Dude.
Oh no, my head hurts now. I want to wait to see what you do first.
So Dominus is like, phew. Heavy vine. I don't know if I really have any use for it. May I gently place it down somewhere?
Yeah.
I gently place it down somewhere.
Yeah, sure.
After that though, would you allow me to fly to your shoulder and pick up Vincent?
Mm-hmm.
I will fly to his shoulder and I'm just gonna tell him, I don't know if this would be a comfort or support, I don't know if you have any conditions, but I just want to tell him that I believe in him and he's not the monster he thinks he is.
Okay. Roll comforter support.
Don't you get a thing for that?
Yeah, I do. I can roll my savior instead of my mundane.
That pisses me off more. I'm just kidding.
Oh, now I'm scared. So 9. On a hit, they hear you. They mark potential, clear condition, or shift labels if they open up to you.
Do you open up?
Yes.
What do you say?
I was just gonna give her a nod.
That's his opening up. I'll take it.
Is that opening up?
Is it?
Can I really say much in this form? I guess I can still talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus she's telepathic.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
thanks. I appreciate it.
Aw, and I give him a good look. Why are you laughing? Is that not enough opening up?
I mean, I don't know, like...
Be more emotional.
What does the group think?
I don't know.
More
I think it's all in their heads, so I don't know.
People.
More
I'm saving
emotion.
people.
More emotion. Give me something. Thank you for believing in me when nobody else would.
I didn't forget you. Just.
I was gonna say
Jerry, it's been tough.
I'm gonna say without Jerry being here, it's been tough. But I'm glad I have you guys here to support me.
Now that's opening up.
Yeah.
That's opening up.
Okay, so you can clear one of your conditions.
One.
And then you will feel this fist in your back.
Fucking rude.
Take a powerful blow.
Can I
don't even get
defend before that happens?
Huh?
Can I defend before that happens?
It happens so fast you don't even see it coming.
Who is it? Vincent?
Ah, that.
No.
Oh wait. Damn it.
What is it?
A 7, but I had to add my conditions. I almost stood strong. Let's, I guess, give ground. Your opposition has an opportunity.
Can I add a team to the board?
Would that take it away?
Since I'm like right there.
If you add a team, would it be
How would that work?
More?
or less?
Oh, let's see. How would that work?
I don't think it's one. I don't think you can add it to.
Oh, okay.
Where's the other moves?
But
Can I remove a team from the pool?
but you'll do what now? You'll
Give ground.
what'd you roll?
I rolled a 7. I
Okay.
did have a 5, but I had to add my 2 conditions.
So you give ground. Your opposition gets an opportunity. So
Remy.
So it
You
will.
big butt.
So this fist will come and hit you right in the back, and everybody else can see that it's Dominus, and he is he has reappeared. He's also glowing with this like purple aura, and he looks fucking pissed. Like he is just pissed, and so you're actually gonna feel his hand inside of you, and it's gonna grab you from the inside, and it's gonna chuck you at Redwing and Cygnus.
I have death grip on Vincent, by the way.
What do you guys do?
Vincent, you're coming with me.
Could I roll defend instead of directly engage to like catcher kind of thing instead of like?
Yes.
Okay.
Oops, sorry.
Ow! Take a powerful blow.
13.
Okay, so you defend, you catch her. You say you have
Vincent. He's not like. Here we go.
Yeah, and so he's gonna fly over and he's gonna raise his hand, and he's going to crush you again. But he doesn't. Instead, he grabs Vincent.
If I tell him he can have him back, he's gotta let us go.
He smiles. He says,
I'll kill him.
and then he snaps his fingers, and Vincent's
fucking dead.
Did he just Thanos snap him out of existence? Well,
yeah, he just made him disappear.
Even if I was still holding on to him, I hate this Dr. Manhattan.
I'd like to clear a condition on myself while we do all this.
How?
I get to clear a condition. I got over a pass. Just saying.
Alright, bye! New.
He doesn't chase you.
I think you got your deal.
I'm gonna hop back on Thrash's shoulders. And I'm gonna
Let's
say,
go.
come on, big guy, we need to get out of here.
And we just leave.
Yeah, Aegis helicopters are like flying around. They're not. Well, they're flying around, and as you're walking away, they begin to explode.
What the hell?
I grab everybody.
Yeah, when you turn back around, you can see that Dominus has taken on a monstrous form as well, and he's towering high above the Aegis tower itself, and he's just holding his hand open. And he's just. And what are you doing from the ground, Molly? As these big purple like feet begin to grow beside you. People are fleeing. People have mostly fled the area anyway, and everybody seems to be safe. But this giant begins to loom before you, and you look up and you can see it's a giant Dominus.
Can I grab Molly before I leave?
You're super big, and you're on the other side.
Oh, okay.
So everybody looks to be safe?
All the civilians, yeah.
And can I see what's going on with these guys?
You can see that that he is walking away, and Cygnus and Redwing seem to be flying away, and Frozen, no sign of Frozen.
She's taking the stairs.
She's sliding
Why
down.
don't you slide down
Yeah.
nice? And you guys laying, you slide down nice and lay next to Xerox.
I will, I'm not going to try to interfere right now. So I'm going to super long jump away.
Okay. So you use the rest of your stored kinetic energy to escape.
Yeah.
Alright. Frozen?
Everyone else is leaving.
I know the perfect place to meet up, but I can't tell any of you because I don't have a communicator.
Well, we all
I guess I'll ice skate away.
Okay. And as you do, as you guys are all like making your respective retreats, you see Dominus as this giant, massive, like purple, glowing, angry thing, and he's just walking through Halcyon City and just
What is he doing?
just destroying the
I
place.
just think to myself,
Why?
he's the real monster.
Oh, camera. Much better.
So I guess we should probably go back and stop him.
Can't. I don't think we
and
can.
that's where we'll end for the night.
Oh, great. Feel so comforted. Alright, end of session?
End of session moves.
Alright. So we'll start down at Molly, I suppose. And did you grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team? And did you have any conditions you would like to clear?
Well, I feel like I cleared afraid by jumping out the window.
Run from something difficult.
Right.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I would say running away from Dominus.
Okay.
At the end there.
So you can clear that condition. And did you grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team? We can get back to you if you'd like.
Yeah, come back to me.
L-Dog,
Yes.
do you want to clear any conditions?
Yes, I'm gonna get rid of my afraid.
You're afraid you have to run from something.
Because technically we all ran away, right?
Okay, so you may clear that. And did you grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from the team? And
I would say grow closer to the team because our last level talk we had.
alright, so you explain who made you feel welcome and give influence to that character and clear a condition or mark potential.
It was you, but we already have.
So you can either clear condition or mark potential.
Potential.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Red Wing. Did you want to clear any conditions?
I'd have to clear angry.
You
That's
have to hurt someone or break something important. I don't know if that's possible since we're kind of like not at a like good resting point. So maybe just hold on to that.
Well, as
it also depends if you grow closer to the team, you can clear a condition. And
as you part ways with Cygnus, what do you say? Do you forgive her for betraying you?
this affects me existing. Be careful.
Or do you choose to break her heart?
Oh god.
Oh, this.
I'm gonna actually hold on to the anger, but out of everyone's view, including you, especially,
You kissed her.
I wanna like kiss her on the cheek and be like, "I love you."
Oh my
And
god.
that's her face.
She just throws you down.
Shoves me.
You tried to kiss her on the cheek,
Oh.
but she moves her face to
Ouch.
kiss you on the lips.
Oh!
I owe you.
Damn. So,
What a happy walk.
ooh, did
Wait,
you grow
especially
close?
the view of her?
I said out of the view
Oh,
of
that's
everyone.
Grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, grow away from the team.
I'm right next to you.
Ah! Don't tell anyone.
I just wink at you and laugh.
Grow closer since y'all busted me out. I don't know who I could say closer to with
was
since
like
Cygnus can't even count on this
It's
one.
a team effort. It's a team effort. If that's allowed.
But I'm supposed to say who made me feel well.
Well, we all did, because we all came to break you out.
Oh god, everyone has
Um,
influence.
Clear condition or mark potential? Now you can
Clear condition. I mean, that kiss kind of made the
or
anger go.
cold heart, cold blood.
Wherever you want to be now.
Did you want to clear any conditions?
I love it.
Awesome. Grow closer to the team, grow into your own image of yourself, grow away from the team.
I guess grow into my own image of myself, since I know I could use, if I could persuade him enough, I could use villains to my advantage.
Explain how you see yourself and why, and then shift one of your labels up and another one down.
Ah,
And explain.
I could use my parents being villains to my own advantage, so I could have influence over villains. I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So would that make your superior go higher?
Oh yeah. Maybe danger.
It's either danger or superior, I feel. And I feel like that would bring down her
Mundane.
Mundane.
mundane, yeah.
I say your danger will up.
Okay.
It's kind of dangerous working with villains.
Well, you had to hang out with Storm today. It's
Yeah,
quite
that's dangerous enough.
quite dangerous.
It was a shocking experience.
I thought it was pretty
That
fun.
was a fuzzy experience.
You'd like to have it fuzzy.
I believe
You can fly. I'm trying to think. Screeching, flying.
I think
Superhuman abilities. How did she get off?
I think I grew closer to the team as well.
I'll explain after.
No, let's do I grew into my own image of myself. I really didn't see myself as like knock it off.
Becky.
No matter how many times they kept saying I was like a disruption in the timeline, I still see myself as a savior of the future. So I feel like that just kind of manifested in itself, or like kind of like solidified with me, because I wouldn't let what they say affect me. So if that's the case, well,
10 points in.
or maybe because my savior is already high enough. Could I maybe see myself in a way that I could pose a threat to them and make my danger rise instead, and maybe lower my mundane?
Well, maybe now it's you're like, okay, now it's serious enough
Serious?
to be dangerous.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll get rid of that.
To save everyone.
And then I will clear a condition. And that will be
Why would I even do these things?
That will be the end of the session stuff.
Molly?
I guess I grow into my own image of myself. Being faced with the impossible situation of being apprehended by Aegis and giving up who I believe to be a bad person, but still knowing that it was to the advantage of Aegis. Basically, I was more worried about my family and friends than I was the cause. And I guess I would have to shift my savior down. And what would you say I would shift up?
Lift your danger down. I mean, your mundane's already at its highest, right?
My savior down, not danger.
Oh, your savior down?
Your mundane is already at the highest.
Yeah.
I would say you shift your mundane up instead of shifting your labels. Take a condition.
Ram me, your big
You would
butt.
say what? Shift my mundane down?
Well, I would, because you're saying your concerns were incredibly mundane rather than savior, right? But if you can't shift your mundane up anymore, you instead take a condition.
Oh, okay.
And then what condition would that be?
Guilty.
Guilty. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's way interesting. So after she's kind of struggling with like.
Well, she would have never cooperated, but she was faced with the impossible situation.
Right.
When they threatened harm to my friends and family.
Right. And it makes you feel less like a savior and more of a regular human being. Yeah. Yeah, it's deep. That's all for tonight. So.
Anyone any lasting image?
I think the lasting image will be Mason groggily waking up, and looking out his window, and in the city skyline you can see this large Dominus moving through the city, and he's immediately going to grab his phone and start recording and blogging.
He's got 3 phones.
And that is the end.
Do.
So have a good night.
Have a good night.
Thanks
Night,
everybody for
everyone.
tuning in.